cash you can get today. Loan Pronto, A-plus rated with the BBB and nearly 2,500 five-star Google reviews. Call 919-381-1760 and see how much cash you can get today. LoanPronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 166171 on approved credit. Visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Charlie did not die from an overdose. Charlie was poisoned.
No other family should go through this. It's just horrific.
Go to safe.pharmacy. Use the free tool. Learn if the online pharmacy you're using is safe.
This hour of the Triangle Sports Leader is powered by Ritchie Law Firm, injury lawyers. Ritchie Law is on top of it. Go to ritchielaw.com.
That's ritchielaw.com. WCMC-FM HD1 Holly Springs.
Nystrom with traffic. It's deflected to the shoot, score! Carolina gets the shot through. And the captain with the net front again. Jordan Stahl's 5th of the year has Carolina up 1-0. Hall with Jankowski in front. He scores! Mark Jankowski with a net front presence. He takes the shot off of his own uniform and deposits it past Swayman. 2-0 Carolina. Hall in on Swayman. Hall waits and he scores! Taylor Hall with the beauty, and Carolina with insurance late against his old team. Taylor Hall makes it 3-0.
Hi everyone, it's the Adam Gold Show. What's going on? I am Adam Gold. That is Victoria. We are on YouTube. You could go to YouTube right now. Search Adam Gold Show or 99.9 The Fan and watch me sip, what is this, lemon ginger tea.
Oh, wow, that sounds
out
healthy.
of a very colorful mug that says soup on it.
It's very appropriate. Well, hey, lemon...
I feel bad, by the way, not drinking soup out of this mug because it says soup on it.
It would be a good soup mug. And it looks like they want you to have tomato soup
Tomato
out
soup
of it.
with croutons. Very good.
Oh,
solid soup, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Solid
with grilled cheese. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. That does sound like, in many ways, an 8-year-old Saturday afternoon lunch.
Yeah.
Right?
Or just mine.
Campbell's tomato soup with croutons in it. Actually, as a kid, you probably didn't even have croutons in it. And a grilled cheese.
Yep.
But you don't eat the crust. You leave the crust on it.
Oh, yeah. See, no, I've grown up.
Give that to the dog.
I've grown up. I'll eat all that now.
Oh, I do. I've never been I don't eat the crust person.
I know.
But
there's one of our Canes guys is a do not eat the crust person.
Really?
I know. I want to say maybe it's Chatfield, but I'll have to look.
Oh, okay.
A superstition
we
type
had the peanut
thing.
butter and jelly sandwich eating thing. Yes.
Yep.
Man, we're gonna talk Canes, and I don't know, maybe we'll talk soup. I'm a fan. I love soup.
Oh, me too.
Big fan,
it's
especially
soup
as it gets cold. Yes.
Yeah.
It's chili. I've already made chili once and made soup twice at home.
Nice.
Mostly for medicinal reasons. I've made chicken soup, which actually does help.
Mm-hmm. Especially your family recipe, because you said that one's it's like a magic elixir.
It
is. It's great.
Grandma's chicken soup is awesome.
Legit.
And it will help you feel better. I wish I knew why, other than the fat from the skin of the chicken.
Oh, makes sense.
So
yeah.
Other than that, I mean, I know carrots and celery are great.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Well, yeah.
All right, we have a lot of things that we are going to discuss. Very quickly before we start, I got here today, and I went into the back seat of my car to grab my my backpack.
Oh boy.
Which has all of my notebooks and my special pens,
right?
And my laptop and all that, and it was not there.
Oh no!
So I know exactly where it is.
But it's not here.
Sitting right by the kitchen door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of two places, and well, we can rule out this one.
So I'm blaming anything that happens today. If it sounds anything like Friday's show, which I don't know if you heard me say this after we were done Friday.
Oh, no.
On Friday.
Yeah.
After we were done, I said, well, that was a disaster. I said it to myself.
Oh, no.
Because the show was over. Yeah.
It wasn't a disaster. I was there on Friday. We had a great round table.
We did. I was an utter mess Friday, and I don't even know why, other than I was probably tired. Did we have a hockey game Thursday? We had a hockey game Thursday.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. We had hockey Friday and Saturday. We had
All the
hockey
time.
Tuesday, Friday, Saturday last week. There was no reason. I can't blame it on anything, and I had my laptop. But if today's show sounds like a mess, I'm going to blame it
You should.
on the fact that my laptop is at my house.
And blame it on the fact that your mug says soup and not tea.
Yeah, but I've already had coffee out of this mug, so I'm doing everything but soup
Very
in it.
versatile.
So yeah, it is incredibly versatile. All right, let's go.
Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started.
We have a very busy show in terms of friends stopping by. Pat Welter from WRAL TV5 is going to join us in about 10 minutes. There was a story that they discovered. I don't know how long they've been working on this story, but I saw it last night. I got the alert from WRAL that apparently the University of North Carolina has become a big-time football program. A big-time football program on a part, not quite to the same extent as the University of Georgia. And we will explain that later on. Canes win in Boston last night, 3-1. First of all, there wasn't anybody who did not play well last night. But a number of things I wanted to highlight, and we're not going to spend a million minutes on this because we have a lot to do before Pat joins us in about 10 minutes. But one of the things that I had said coming out of the game against Edmonton, I talked about this with Tripp in the pregame show yesterday, was since Pyotr Kochetkov's game against the Rangers at Madison Square Garden, Carolina, and he was great that night. He didn't have to do much in the second half of the game. All the heavy lifting he did was really in the first 30 minutes. But since that game, Carolina's goaltending had been like varying degrees of poor. Freddie Anderson has had 3 pretty mediocre at best games. Kochetkov's had 2, and Brandon Bussey had 1. Sort of amazing that before last night, in those 6 games, they were 4-1-1. It's kind of remarkable that they had managed to overcome really very mediocre goaltending to continue to win. But that is unsustainable. And on the last podcast I did, Saturday night after the game against Edmonton, I had mentioned that it is a concern of mine. And I didn't say that they have to go out and get another goalie, but right now it is a concern. I also said that I had all the confidence in the world that Frederik Andersen would figure it out. For whatever reason, Carolina's real problems have come in the first periods of games, to the point where their save percentage before last night in first periods was .732. That is atrocious. And I realize it's a rudimentary stat, and it's also a very small sample size. But it was across the board bad. In every game, they had fallen behind. The only one they didn't was, I think they were down 1. Well, they fell behind, but they were down 1-0, I think, to Washington. I think that was the game against Washington where they allowed just 1 goal on 10 shots in the first period. I think that was the game. Either way, it had just been bad in the first period. Well, Pyotr Kochetkov was solid last night. No mistakes. No errors. No, what the heck are you doing? No, how did that...
checking
right.
in the middle of the ice.
No, right. No bad goals. No, how did that go in? There was none of that. There was simply solid, smart goaltending. They don't need spectacular. I promise you, we don't need somebody to stand on their head. The team is designed to not need somebody to do what Andrei Vasilevsky has done in his career, or Sergei Bobrovsky. They just need solid. Granted, when you get to the playoffs, at some point your goaltender's going to have to steal one for you, maybe two. And that's okay, but that is not a necessity, certainly not now. Last night, Pyotr Kochetkov gave Rod Brindamore everything he wanted about a goalie, and here's his thoughts on Kochetkov.
Well, solid. Like that's the key. That's what we need, right? Is there, when we need a save, it was there, and I'm sure he'd like to have that last one back, reach for it. But I mean, who cares at that point? The game's over. So he did his job tonight.
It's just so simple. I think my favorite thing that he did last night, legitimately, was reading the play to come out in front of his net, playing the puck behind the net. Every goaltender does it. Some do it better than others. When Kochetkov is on his game, he's excellent at it. But he played the puck in front of him. So he came out to nullify a couple of opportunities for the Boston Bruins last night. I thought the way he played the puck last night was excellent. And it showed how locked in he was. They need that. I don't know if he's on his meds. I have no idea if he takes like ADD medicine or ADA. I have no idea. I really don't. But when he is on, he reads plays beautifully. I thought it was a great performance from him last night. I'm going to get you one more thing from Rod Brindamore, because Taylor Hall was their best player last night. They had a bunch of candidates for that. Joel Nystrom was awesome last night. Carolina's 9th defenseman. That's how deep this team is.
Love it.
He was really good. But Taylor Hall, certainly among the forward groups, he was the best player. And the goal he scored, they should have given him the primary assist on his own goal because he legit passed it to himself.
Wow.
He lifted the puck up, flipped it over Jeremy Swayman, and then went and got it and scored. It was a brilliant goal. Anyway, Jankowski was good last night. He scored the second goal. Eric Robinson has played very well since coming back into the lineup after an injury. That line, Rod Brindamore singled out.
Well, they've been good all year, that line especially. And then, since Jank's come back in, he's provided a little pop there. And Robbie, you got to talk about him too. Like that's a very valuable group going right now for us, and it's a good matchup. So I mean, that's a world-class goal. I mean, that's MVP goal kind of thing that he pulled out there, and it was I know it was 2-0 that time, but it kind of put the game away, which was great.
It didn't kind of put the game away. It put the game away. Taylor Hall, MVP, Hart Trophy winner back in 2018 when he was with the New Jersey Devils. It was an elite-level play. So whether it's Jankowski or, before the injury, Jesperi Kotkaniemi, and we've been talking about this for a long time, the Hurricanes' fourth line, I call them the third scoring line. They should give Carolina a massive advantage over just about everybody. They really should. You got Hall and Robinson, but Hall's got 5 goals. Robinson's got 5 goals already. We haven't even played 20 games yet, and 2 guys on your fourth line each have 5. Jankowski got his first. Kokaniemi's got a couple. So that should give Carolina a big, big advantage. All right, let me move on to a couple of other things. And I want to get more into the hockey game last night. NC State took on VCU last night. I mean, everybody knows that for the last 2 decades, VCU has been a very good program. You can go back before Shaka Smart took VCU from the first 4 to the Final 4. You can go back before then when I believe it was Anthony Grant was the head coach there when they beat Duke in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Like, that has been a good program for a long time. Will Wade, who spent some time there, went to had created a home and home with them, and State had to fight and claw their way to a win last night. And I think there were probably some people that went, "Oh my gosh, they struggled with VCU." Yeah, because everybody struggles with VCU. And here's Will Wade on just playing the Rams.
It's a quad 2 game for us at home. It'll be a quad 1 game, and we return the game up there next year. It makes sense to me. 2 hours away. I don't know why we wouldn't do it. Look, you want to test yourself. You want to play. Good teams. I think everybody acts like VCU is not some charity program. This is a real program. They win 20-plus games every year, 22, 25 games every year. They're 2 hours up the road. It's a good home and home. It's a quad 2 game at home. It's a quad 1 game up there. I don't know why you would. I don't know why we wouldn't. I don't know why we wouldn't schedule them. They're as good as many teams in our league. So I think it makes sense when you've got to build a resume to play good teams. The games are going to be tough. But it makes a lot of sense to play good teams, and so we're, it's a good home and home for us. They'll be on the bus and be home for midnight, and hopefully we'll be on the bus, be home for midnight next year. So it's a good game, good series.
It really is, man. Look, when you're building a schedule, too many teams, and honestly, NC State's been super guilty of this over the last long time, not just under Kevin Keatts. Too often you go out, you play in some local schools, but you play schools that you know you're going to beat. Well, VCU is not a school you know you're going to beat. You hope to beat them because they can beat you. No matter how good you are, they can beat you. And I loved hearing that from Will Wade. And maybe I'm just going to find every little thing that makes me excited about the long-term and short-term future of NC State basketball, because the Triangle deserves State to be good along with Carolina and Duke. But I will find every reason to think that, this is a great thing, a great idea. I could not be more excited for what is about to happen this year and beyond under Will Wade. All right. Last night, as I was scrolling through my timeline after the Hurricanes had dispatched the Boston Bruins 3-1, I came across my friend Pat Welter, WRAL TV5 sports reporter, and apparently the University of North Carolina football program has hit the big time. Just like Georgia, not quite as bad. And I mean that as in a joking manner and not so much funny, haha, but the University of Georgia has been known to have a lot of guys get in serious traffic issues, albeit they've taken it too far. Hasn't happened that way at North Carolina. Hopefully it won't. But a lot of moving violations, speeding, reckless driving. Pat Welter, what have you uncovered?
Yeah, it all started with a tip I got to look into some of the driving records, and I was given a couple names. And when those names pinged back, just like the source indicated, I was like, well, what else am I going to find here? So I just started going through the entire roster, and you can kind of go down a rabbit hole in the court records.
Yeah.
Like you can search the whole state. You can see things from years ago. So it was kind of funny at certain points just to see some of the things I saw. Some things that I'm not going to report, but
Fine.
Anybody can have access to court records. But the headline here was, I found 19 guys with speeding charges, total of 31 speeding charges basically in the last year. And really what made this a real news story was it wasn't just speeding, it was reckless. And 10 total reckless counts, 7 total players, most significantly Kamari House, who has 4 by himself. So Kamari House alone, starting middle linebacker for UNC, could have been a story. if you dig into the actual citations and the things police officers are actually writing in these notations about his driving. But when the totality of it, we thought was a story. And, social media, people are weighing in. Some people are like, oh, whatever, it's just speeding. And other people, I think, understand the gravity of the fact that if you got people reckless driving on your roads, nobody's gotten hurt yet.
Right.
But that's not to mean that they won't. And there was a death in a car crash last January involving a UNC student. And there was a UNC football driving another car that ended up, pleading guilty to possession of alcohol in that incident. So, this is a serious thing. And you mentioned Georgia, and I think it's something that isn't just affecting UNC, isn't just affecting Georgia, could potentially affect all of college sports right now as we've got more money in the sport and now fast cars. And, these are some of the byproducts of that.
Pat Welter is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show. I know you went and you also got the records of NC State's football team and Duke's, and State had far less. Duke had far less than State. What I'm curious about, because that's obviously alarming, and it's alarming if the university doesn't do something about it, educate people about it. I know UNC did not respond, right, to your inquiry for a comment, but NC State did.
Yeah, my coworker on this, Randall Kerr, was the one who specifically spoke to NC State to get their response, and it was largely just that they don't necessarily have anything in place for this. Now, they might if it rises to it, right? Like the case we have in the story is Wesley Grimes,
right,
whose case is still pending, and he had a 120 mile per hour incident on the highway, reckless driving. So, that one was pretty significant. That was actually one of the higher speeds we found. And as far as like UNC, I specifically talked to UNC about it. Just kind of giving them a chance, like, hey, do you guys want to formally respond? We kind of gave them a list of questions as well. And, they acknowledged the report, didn't necessarily push back on it. I mean, it's all court record. Literally anybody can look this stuff up. But they just chose not to give us a formal response. Now, given how much attention the story appears to be getting, we may see a statement come from UNC eventually here. And obviously Bill Belichick is going to speak on Wednesday. I unfortunately cannot attend the press conference, but WRAL will be there, and we will ask him for a response to, what another thing that's going on in his program.
Pat Welter is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show at Patrick Welter on Twitter. I don't know how to even quantify this in terms of like a comparison, but for, people, with access to vehicles who are, anywhere from 18 to 22, how out of the ordinary is it for, there's like 100 football players and you say, 19? So how out of the ordinary is it for 19 out of, so like 20%? Out, do 20% of new drivers with access to fast cars, is that an unusual percentage? I really don't know. I'm not even sure that there is data that way, but I'm sure there is. But I'm trying to figure out if this is a serious problem or if it simply is a reflection on society at large.
Yeah, I mean, I got in this to cover sports, not to uncover court records. So I'm learning in real time too. But I think when you look at, it's hard to deny that you've got 7 players with reckless charges within the last year, and a lot of them within 2025.
Right.
And I believe, I'm looking at it right now, my names, 5 of the 7 are Belichick recruits or transfers. Now, you could correlate that or you could say it's coincidence. The 2 most egregious offenders were Belichick's probably 2 most prized transfer portal recruits, Kamari House and Thaddeus Dixon.
Right.
Both came from the University of Washington, where Steve Belichick coached, seemingly to help, install their culture. And I've been reporting on this since dating back to right after the Clemson game, and House and Dixon were 2 players that I'd cited from speaking to multiple sources that were receiving preferential treatment within the program in regards to Dixon specifically, his family getting sideline passes, which ended up being essentially like an NCAA violation and got assistant coach Armand Hawkins suspended. So you total that, all the things we know about the program, all the things we know about how they've played on the field, and then this is just another data point that you can view as you may, as people are doing on social media. But I think when you look at the actual, just House alone, like I said, I'm reading from one of the citations. You kind of joked about the Georgia thing.
It's not the Georgia thing is not something to joke at. It hadn't happened at North Carolina to this point.
And I'm not. I guess see where you're coming from, right?
Yeah.
Where in a way it's funny until someone gets hurt. Just reading this statement, I'm reading this word for word. The officer says he was filming our interaction on our cell phone. Puts his LOL in the citation. Must be too much car for him. Quote, to be stopped for a fourth time in a month for speeding. So I have House is what he's actually been charged with. But in this citation, the officer notes that he was given multiple warnings.
Yeah.
So, this almost reads like House is being pulled over with seemingly almost every time he's on the road. And we were doing this report last week, and I was going back through the different, court records of the guys we were going to name, and I pull up Thaddeus Dixon, and he had another one. He got pulled over last week, and at this point had a revoked license. And with Dixon, you might be wondering, well, how does Dixon have a license if he's gotten pulled over for speeding and has this many reckless charges? Well, 3 of his court cases are pending. So I think, more is to kind of come as far as that. There's another note in here where an officer notes that he talked to House specifically before about his driving habits, and that said it's now no longer just a mistake but a behavior issue. So I think that speaks to why this is a story, that this is not just an isolated thing but a potential trend. And again, what constitutes what's the number that constitutes that?
Right.
I don't know. That's why we compared it to NC State and Duke, and it was a pretty massive difference.
It's troubling. You don't want that. You don't want guys to put anybody else in harm's way, and I think that's the takeaway that I get from this. Yes, there is a joke that can go and become unfunny when you talk about stuff that has happened at the University of Georgia, and that stuff's very serious. Has it gotten to that point at this point at UNC? And I hope it never does. And I understand that there was a death on campus, and to an extent, I guess I don't know if a football player was involved, but he was definitely it was definitely adjacent to it. But we don't want anything like that happening, and it is up to the program to kind of figure all of this out. Pat Welter, WRAL TV5 Sports, at Patrick Welter on Twitter. I thank you very much, man. Appreciate your time, and I'm sure we'll have you on the roundtable soon.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Adam. We'll see what happens next. Another day on the Bill Belichick beat.
You got it, man. Take care, Pat. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk a little hoops with Brenden Whitted. And later on in the program, Mike DeCourcy of The Sporting News, Sarah Spain, who does a podcast called Good Game. She's also an author, and she's got a list of awards the size of your arm. But we're going to talk hoops, including the newest star for the Charlotte Hornets. Next.
Because your fantasy football team needs all the help it can get, The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
The road to college football's national championship runs through 99.9 The Fan, the ACC, the SEC. The biggest matchups will be found here.
Placement down, kick is up, and Texas A&M has climbed the mountain. They trailed 30-3 at halftime. They lead South Carolina 31-30.
College football on The Fan is powered by Wake Med, Roofworks, and Wilkinson Chevrolet Cadillac GMC in Sanford.
Adam Gold here from my friend Gordon Miller, Miller Lending, Kildare Farm Road in Cary. I've been talking to you about Gordon Miller for a quarter of a century. No joke. It's actually longer than that now. 1999 is when I met Gordon, and he told me all about the wonders of the no closing cost mortgage. So I would always have the freedom to refinance free of charge when the rates came down, and I am an 11-time customer. 3 actual mortgages and then 8 refinances. I've saved about 50 grand. Oh my gosh, what could I do with that 50 grand? If I still had it, I would tell you. Miller Lending, home of the original no closing cost mortgage. Don't pay closing costs. You don't have to. Take timing out of the equation. You simply refinance free of charge when the rates drop, and they have by more than a point in the last half year. Miller Lending, an equal housing lender, NMLS ID 2502146.
Holiday scratch-offs, what a gift it lets them dream just for a bit.
Ski trip, cruise ship, sports car, pristine yard, courtside seats, fancy meats, holiday scratch-offs can't be beat.
Give the gift of what if from the North Carolina Education Lottery. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning range from 1 in 3.19 to 9.95. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
Hey hockey fans, it's Trip Tracy. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Tim Donnelly here for Bailey's Fine Jewelry. Fox & Bailey, the watch shop located inside their Village District location, has the hottest lineup in town. Pre-owned Rolex, Omega, Blancpain, Glashütte Original, Norcane, and more. And we mention those brands for this reason. They aren't just watches. They're icons. They're Hall of Famers. Collector-level pieces with serious pedigree made to turn heads and stand the test of time. Now, clearly, you're listening to 99.9 The Fan, which means you're into sports. Fox & Bailey, they have timepieces built for it all. Not just a tuxedo, flashy, but when you're diving, racing, maybe a pilot's watch if you're doing some flying. Whatever your game, they've got a watch that fits the moment and the mindset. Don't forget, with anniversaries, big milestones ahead, that Bailey's Fine Jewelry is your go-to for unforgettable gifts. Their selection of fine and designer jewelry is unmatched. Think timeless, thoughtful, and guaranteed to impress. All at Bailey's Fine Jewelry in the Fox & Bailey Watch Shop.
Progressive presents a testimonial of sorts.
Hey, slow down! Oh yeah? Well, you drive like my grandma! She's a very attentive and courteous driver who wears a seatbelt and always uses her turn signals. She's also a talented painter and has very low cholesterol. Not that that has anything to do with her drive. We just thought a more complete picture of who she is might be interesting. Anyway, have a nice day.
Safe driver? Get Snapshot from Progressive and get a personalized rate based on how you drive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
Gold. Gold.
I told Jack in the car, you know what the word of the year is? He goes, what? I said it's 6'7". He just laughed.
I know.
It just means nothing, and that's fantastic that it's now the word of the year. What a country.
Can we bring back cool story, bro? That way, like, us millennials can be like, yeah, cool story, bro. I would love that.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I am Adam Gold. Victoria producing the program. Brenden Whitted is going to join us in just a few minutes, and we're going to discuss the Con Knipple experience with the Charlotte Hornets. So, I said this last year. First of all, leading up to the draft, whenever we would have conversations about who should the Hornets draft, there was apprehension about Con Knipple. And, I don't know why. I mean, there are, there are reasons, I guess, why people were worried that he would, translate as an NBA player. He is not an elite athlete. We know that. But if you watched Con Knipple play at Duke, you knew this. The kid could play the game. incredibly skilled, outstanding shooter, and he is smarter than he is good. It was always going to work out well, but I'm not sure that we thought it would work out this well. But Con Knippel is going to end up on a short list of potential NBA Rookies of the Year, along the lines of Dylan Harper with San Antonio, with VJ Edgecombe with the Philadelphia 76ers. I'm not sure Con Knippel isn't ahead of them right now. Oh, that Cooper Flagg guy who is with the Dallas Mavericks. More on them later. Brenden Whitted joins us at HU Cosell on Twitter. You, sir, are a Hornets fan.
Yes, I am.
Walk me through the lead up to the draft, what you wanted for the Hornets. They drafted Con Knippel. Where are you today? Walk me through it. Take me into your Hornets soul, and tell me how you feel today, based on how you felt, 4 months ago.
He's better earlier than I thought he'd be. I wanted Con Knippel. He's a Duke guy, so I got a chance to see him a lot. I saw him a lot more than Edgecombe, who was another guy that I was projected right around there, right? Like a super athletic guy, and he's been better than I thought he was.
So good,
right? Like he's been amazing.
So good.
But Knippel has been far more efficient. He's shooting in the last 8 games. He's shooting 48% from the floor, 39% from 3, and 93% from the free throw line. 21.7 rebounds during that 8-game span. He's been I wanted him because I thought his floor was the highest for a team like the Hornets, who have struggled to hit on stuff, right? Like you look at, I'm just going to a quick detour, Mark Williams and Jalen Duren, right? They drafted both of them, traded Duren. Duren had 31 points last night. Mark Williams is already off the team, right? So like I just wanted some consistency, and I thought he would be able to establish that. Brandon Miller goes down. I think he only played 2 games this season. He goes down again, and his Knippel's usage rate goes up. But it's because he's just fundamentally sound at a lot of things. He's not. I don't think that there's any one thing that he's great at. His efficiency. Obviously, he's a fantastic shooter, but he's a quality passer. He shows some playmaking stuff. Like, I just felt like there was no way that he was going to be a bad player. And that, if anything will show you where my mentality was as a Hornets fan, I just didn't want a bad player. That's all. Like, that was, hey, man, I don't need you to be an all-star. I just need you to be a rotational player that we draft at the top of that we're drafting at the top of the draft. And he's been great. Like, you mentioned the rookie. Yeah. Like, he's, and this comes from Sam Farmer. He's got 45 threes on the season, which is the most through 16 games ever.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he's just an incredible shooter. He's got 6 20-point games this year, which is more than any other rookie. The only other rookie with more than 2 is Cooper Flagg, his former teammate at Duke. He's been exactly what the doctor ordered. And now it hasn't translated into wins. I mentioned Brandon Miller being hurt. LaMelo Ball has shot really poorly from the field the last few games. But he has been as good as you can possibly hope for in this early stretch of his career.
I remember when Cooper Flagg went down during the ACC tournament, and people were, well, oh, man, what's Duke going to be like without Cooper Flagg? And I'm like, they got another one. Sorry, they're just going to plug Con Knippel in, and there are certain things they wouldn't do with Knippel that they did with Flagg. Like, you're not going to roll him to the rim for a lob, but everything else that they would do with Flagg, they did with Knippel. And they kind of downplayed it. Oh, yeah, it's going to be tough without Cooper. And it is.
Right.
But they had just a slightly smaller version of him because he can facilitate. You can run your offense through him. He's a much better defensive player than you think because he sees the game so well. I am thrilled that he is working out. He's just a dynamite basketball player, and I think he's going to be he could be a fixture in Charlotte for a long time.
I think so, and he plays with pace, right? You mentioned him being a better defender and being able to see the game. Like you don't speed him up. You can always speed rookies up, right? You can that's what you can always do. You can always get them to do stuff that they know that they can't. But it's they're just trying to figure out. It's deer in the headlights. You don't get that feeling from him, man. Like, and the other part is since we mentioned Flag twice already, they're not putting him in bad positions. Right, I think they've got Flag in a really bad position. They're trying to make him run all the stuff.
He's a point guard.
Yeah, and it's just that's not who he needs to be at this level, or at least at this time in his career. Knipple was in the perfect position. Hey, we don't need you to do every single thing for us. Shoot well, get us into some early stuff, maybe a secondary ball handler. That's all you need to do, and he's delivered on that.
No doubt about it. All right, let me ask you. We'll go to the Sixers because. I saw them a lot very early. I saw some monster games from Edgecombe. Haven't seen them a lot lately, but I've loved that team. I love the makeup of that team. As long as Jared McCain can stay healthy, I love their backcourt. Maxi's a beast. They're probably
that's his team now.
It
that's
is
his team.
100% his team.
Now.
They need Embiid, right? To be as great as they want to be, they need that. But it is Maxi's team and Edgecombe, and
don't forget Grimes. Grimes has been phenomenal for them on both sides of the ball. I think he had 18 last night or something like that. He's just a really quality player, right? But yes, you're right. If they want to be whatever the top tier, then Embiid has to be healthy.
He just has to give him something
on a regular basis. Yeah,
right. Yeah. Edgecombe's a great defender too.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's where he came. He came into the league with that rep.
Yep.
Right. He came into the league super. Oladipo was the comp, and I thought that was a perfect comp for him. Like, hey, he's going to take some time on the offensive side of the ball, but he's strong, he's fast, he's physical, and he's long. He's going to be a good defender right away. I don't think anybody saw the kind of offensive explosion he had in the early part of the season where he was just going ballistic.
All right. No LeBron James. Lakers are 10-4.
Yep.
Make sense of that for me.
Luka. Right? Like this is why you got Luka. So that 98-year-old LeBron James doesn't need to play 80 games this season. Take your time. Like, there's no rush to get back.
Right.
Like, go ahead and take your time with the sciatica. Like, it seems like this is something they said that has bothered him previously a couple years ago in the offseason, and it's back, right? And it makes sense, right? It's apparently some inflammation of a nerve, and it starts to affect the way your bone. Like, it's a whole thing. I didn't know what sciatica was until that, and it sounds really, really bad. And so there's no reason to rush to get back. You have a quality team. You got Austin Reeves. You got Luke. Take your time getting back, and then once LeBron wants to come back in however many more weeks you need him to come back, you get a fresh LeBron move. He used to do this in Miami all the time, right?
Yeah.
He would just have these like spring breaks where he was just like, all right, well, I'll see you in a couple weeks, my guy. And I was like, okay. And so now he's just doing it at the beginning of the season. That's fine. Like, you didn't get this is a team for the championship. This is not a team for November. It's not a team for January. This is a team for June. And so there's no reason to rush to get him back. You have enough pieces right now that are going to keep you afloat. They're going to keep you around that probably like the 3 to 6 range all season before he gets there. And then you'll get LeBron. And LeBron can fit in and do whatever he needs to do to be the salve on any wounds that they have at that time.
Yeah, I mean, he can just come in and blend. Now, in shape Luka, playing at this level, helping the Lakers win, how much did that accelerate what Dallas did with Nico Harrison, getting him out of there? Because they knew it was a bad trade last year. Why did they start the year with him?
I think you might have a point. They've been, well, I don't think it has so much to do with Luka.
Really?
I think it has more to do with that Dallas team. That Dallas team looks real bad right now. And they're poorly constructed, right? Too many bigs. They also got a ton of injuries. Lively's hurt.
Right.
Gafford's still out. Like, they've got a ton of stuff going on. They don't really have – D'Angelo Russell's their lead guard. D'Angelo Russell is not a setup guy, right? Like, he's just not. He's a shooter, right? Like, he's a scorer, shooter.
It's not anything, to be honest.
And fair. I mean, like, I think if he's your sixth man, it's fine. If he's the guy you need setting the table for everybody else, then you're asking too much, right? Like, and now they got Flag, bring up the ball. And it's not that Flag can't do these things. It's that you don't need him to be doing these things, right? Like, Yeah. And so I think it has a lot more to do with, hey, everybody got excited for a second, right? Oh, we got flagged. The other part is he was always gone as soon as he made this trade. And I think ownership 100% signed off on it. Yeah. But as soon as he makes that trade, you're going to fire this person that traded the face of the franchise. You're going to do it, right? Like he's in the gangster movie, like, you got the assassin and the assassin kills all the people. And then what happens? They try to kill John Wick, man. Like why? Because they don't have any attachment to this. He was the face of that trade. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Right? Like we don't need you. He was, as soon as I saw he made a trade, I was like, oh, okay, well, I hope he's renting. Because like there's absolutely no way that he's going to be on for more than a year after this. He was the face of that trade. The fan base hated it immediately, as is obvious. They get flagged. There was a little bit of, okay, well, maybe we'll be. And then you start off the season terribly. But I really, truly believe he was done as soon as he hit send on that trade.
Brenden Whitted is joining us. It reminds me of my old friend Bucky Waters, who once opined, like, you shouldn't buy any green bananas.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, I just, and he did their dirty work, right? Like this, you cannot trade this guy without ownership being all, they shopped him. Remember that? Yeah. It was Anthony Edwards. That was the other guy, right? Like that let me know that they were just trying to get rid of him because Anthony Edwards and Anthony Davis are nothing alike other than to say that they have the same first name. That their games are nothing alike. We need a guy named Anthony. That's what we need. A guy named Anthony on the squad, my dude. No, but like they were just ready to move on from Luka, whether it was personal about him not coming in shape or whether it was something else that happened that we might not know about for another year or so. But they needed him gone for whatever reason, and they got him. They got him gone, and now the team looks a mess.
The same Luka, out of shape, whatever shape he was in, got them to the NBA Finals the previous year.
Yep.
So if you desperately needed him in shape, there could have been mechanisms pulled in Dallas to facilitate at least a better conditioned Luka Doncic. Now we see fully operational Luka in Los Angeles. Maybe they'll reap the benefits of it, but time will tell. Brenden Whitted at HU Cosell on Twitter. My man, I appreciate your time, your flexibility, and we'll do it again very soon.
Always here for you, man.
You got it. All right, we got to take a break. We have to do one-timers when we come back. Sarah Spain next hour, Mike DeCourcy the hour after that. We got a lot of stuff to do today. We still haven't really delved into the Canes. We will do that at the top of the hour. One-timers next.
Still arguing whether hockey or golf has the tougher dress code? The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Hey, it's Adam Gold from my friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Did you know that FanDuel is the #1 sportsbook for same-game parlays where you can bet the point spread and the total, the money line and the total, a player prop and a total? Whatever you want to do, that's why FanDuel is so cool. And right now is the perfect time to join if you are a new customer, because new customers can get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. NBA fans, sign up. FanDuel.com/AGS, FanDuel.com/AGS for the NBA. 21 and over and present in North Carolina. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonuses issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
Open enrollment for health insurance is here. But don't worry, North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance has you covered for all your health insurance needs, including Medicare. And with offices in every county, a trusted, experienced agent is just around the corner, ready to help find a plan that's right for you. Visit ncfbins.com or stop by your local office today. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
If you pay your city or town for electricity, you live in a public power community. Public power communities provide electricity to families and businesses from a locally owned and operated system. Public Power Systems are not-for-profit and provide electricity at affordable rates with unbeaten reliability. Your local public power provider invests in your community, providing local jobs and supporting your local economy. Electricities of North Carolina is the energy behind public power. Learn more at electricities.com.
Scams increase during the Medicare open enrollment period, so stay alert. Never give your Medicare, Social Security, credit card, or bank account numbers to anyone who contacts you unexpectedly and claims to be from Medicare. Your caller ID may show Medicare's name or phone, but caller ID can be spoofed. Just hang up. Visit ncshiip.com or call toll-free at 855-408-1212. SHIP provides free unbiased help in all 100 counties.
Agriculture drives our local economy. I'm Lee Ivey, Director of the Agricultural Institute at NC State University, and we are looking for our next generation of leaders. If you want to make a difference and help feed the world, join us at the Ag Institute, where we grow successful graduates, productive futures, and rewarding lifestyles. We offer 2-year degrees and hundreds of internships. Learn more online by searching NC State Ag Institute. 2 years, 1 degree, endless possibilities.
Hello, I'm Steve Troxler, North Carolina Commissioner of Agriculture. Farming's tough, but you're not alone. That's why the North Carolina Agri-Medicine Institute offers the North Carolina Farm Helpline, a free 24/7 resource for the agriculture community. Long hours, difficult decisions, and unexpected challenges can add up. Whether you need to talk to a counselor who understands farming or help with finances, legal questions, or farm safety, call 844-325-3276. That's 844-325-3276, the North Carolina Farm Helpline, a free 24/7 resource for the agriculture community. 844-325-3276, because no one should face farm life alone.
Gold. Gold.
I told Jack in the car, you know what the word of the year is? He goes, what? I said it's 6-7. He just laughed.
I know.
It just means nothing, and that's fantastic that it's now the word of the year. What a country.
Can we bring back cool story, bro? That way, us millennials can be like, yeah, cool story, bro. I would love
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. Victoria producing the program. Sarah Spain from the podcast Good Game, former ESPNer.
Yeah, and apparently a Cubs fan, too.
She's a huge, oh my gosh.
Someone added me on Twitter. A good Twitter friend, Lee, was like, you should talk to Sarah about the Cubs. And I said, I will before she does the show.
Huge Cubs fan. Huge Bears fan.
Oh,
she just loves Chicago sports.
That's okay.
We can relate on that. She's a Northwestern grad.
I see. I've got
think.
Family who are Northwestern grads. So we'll chat about
we're going to talk about a lot of things.
The chat before the chat.
She's great. She's been on before. Look forward to talking with her. By the way, Duke and Kansas tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Champions Classic. It's the second game of that doubleheader. Kentucky and Michigan State first. Then we'll have the college football fake selection show, and then we'll have Duke, Kansas. That'll be a lot of fun. All right, I'm ready for one-timers, questions, and answers. And while we're doing this, I'm going to make a paper football.
Oh, nice. We'll see. You did mention that was one of your specialties growing up.
There's nobody who's ever made a better paper football than me.
Yeah, the finger goalpost.
It was an Olympic sport.
Hey, you would be gold medalist.
Yeah, I would make the equipment.
Yeah, there you go. So first up, like we mentioned, you can put this on the YouTube stream or add us on Twitter. But from Chef Wolf, what do y'all think about the recent performance of our Carolina Hurricanes? I think it's awesome.
Well, I'll tell you what I've liked about the Canes is that they're playing their style.
Mm-hmm.
Because I talked about this here. I talked about it in the podcast. Talked about it pregame. They went through a stretch where they weren't maintaining possession of the puck. They were still winning games. Not like at the rate they are now, but it didn't look right. They were defending well, but not doing what they normally do. And boy, are they back to doing what they normally do. The second period last night was domination. First period was slight edge to Carolina. Third period, slight edge to Boston. But the second period was one-way traffic. And it's been that way a lot. There have been a single period where they absolutely dominated. They were way better than Edmonton. They just got Hall of Famed by McDavid and Draisaitl.
Mm-hmm.
So,
that's what they do.
the way Carolina's playing right now is, I think, the most encouraging.
Yes.
Because they're doing it without Slavin.
Well, and like you mentioned earlier, the depth. I'm excited that they have that because, as we're well aware of, we need it with injuries.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's got injuries.
Yeah, exactly. Well, next up from Scott, who has the best college football team in North Carolina?
Well, in terms of who's still got stuff to play for, it is East Carolina. Right? They are the only team that is realistically in the hunt to make the college football playoff through winning their league. But I still believe that Duke is the best team. If everybody played everybody, Duke would have the best record. But Duke is also their own worst enemy more often than not. So there you go. That's my answer.
And last but not least, we've got one fresh off the press from Swamp Talk. We've got,
Really? Okay.
Is
Like
this
it.
the ceiling for Bryce Young?
Is this the ceiling?
That's the question.
No, I don't think it's the ceiling at all. I think there's more. But they have to commit to doing stuff like we don't have to throw for 450 yards every game.
Delivering more hits than the Canes forecheck.
He scores!
The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Listen every afternoon for The Drive with Tim Donnelly.
The bar is impossibly low for Bryce Young and the Panthers passing game. The defense, the running game, they're playing well enough that you only have to give so very little production in the passing game and everyone's happy. Throw for 200 yards, get a touchdown, give a little bit of confidence so when you drop back, everybody doesn't hold their breath.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 3 to 6 on 99.9 The Fan.
Our state's future begins with our students. That's why the North Carolina Education Lottery has contributed over $12 billion to education. Through scholarships, school construction, support staff, and pre-K programs, lottery dollars move our state forward, helping students become the best versions of themselves. Visit movingncstudentsforward.com and share how your student or school community has benefited for a chance to earn $2,000 for your story. Must be 18 to play. Problem Gambling Helpline 877-718-5543.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like rugs. People say a rug would really bring the room together. And sure, you don't know what that means, but it sounds important. Suddenly you're using words like jute and sisal. Then you see the price and lose it because how can the thing you walk and spill on cost so much? So you devote your life to taking down Big Rug. But then you remember that switching your home and auto to Progressive could save you hundreds. So looks like Big Rug is safe. For now. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right.
Y'all gotta try that for Bree's car.
Just right, just right, just right. Yeah. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistency, all over Bree's car clips right on your vent. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face when it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah. Breathe happy for Breeze. La 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 la.
What if you could pull up to $500,000 in cash out of your home and drop your mortgage rate down to 4.99% APR? Hey, it's Dennis Cox. Right now at Loan Pronto, they've got the lowest rates in 3 years. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can get your cash in as little as 3 days. Pay off all those high-interest credit cards and even skip your next 2 house payments. One client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours, paid off their debt, paid off 2 car loans, and saved $2,100 a month. One call, life changed. There's no wait, no hard credit pull up front. You probably won't need an appraisal. Just fast, easy cash from your home's equity. Rates are at a 3-year low. Act now. Call 919-381-1760 or visit loanpronto.com for your free instant home appraisal. See how much cash you can get today. Loan Pronto, A+ rated with the BBB and nearly 2,500 5-star Google reviews. Call 919-381-1760 and see how much cash you can get today. Loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 166171 on approved credit. Visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
We don't want you on our team.
You're not the right fit for this job.
You're too slow and fast.
Don't you care how you look?
Weight bias hurts. Go to stopweightbias.com. A public service message from Obesity Action Coalition.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
I'm attorney Brian Ritchie. Getting hurt in a car wreck comes with all kinds of stress and frustration. But when you call me, I'll be on top of all of it. So all you need to worry about is getting better. If you've been injured in a car wreck, I'm on top of it. Contact us at ritchielaw.com.
Broadcasting live from the Lenovo Studios. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Triangle Sports Leader.
4th and 6. Snap. Simpson looks left. Throws out to the left. It's broken up. Incomplete. Pete Bowen knocked it down. Alabama's got an Oklahoma problem. The Sooners turn them over on downs with 50 seconds to go. The Sooners beat Bama in back-to-back years, and it's over now. Madeir hits a knee. Final score in Tuscaloosa. Oklahoma 23 and Alabama 21. Oh, mama.
Oh, mama. Very nice. Very nice. It's the Adam Gold Show. How is everybody? I'm Adam Gold. That's Victoria. We are here on YouTube. We do the show every day. You can watch it. Some people watch me make a paper football at the end of last hour.
Did you finished it?
Oh, yeah. It didn't take very long.
There you go. There's the finished product.
Yeah. I mean, I even have put a logo on it.
Oh, nice.
PFL, Paper Football League.
Oh.
The trick, by the way, to making a good paper football is not using anything other than the paper.
I see.
There are people like, oh, well, just tape it. No.
No. That's cheating.
It's got to be, cheating, yes, but it's got to be able to slide uniformly.
Right.
Because the whole idea, the whole paper football game is to get the paper football hanging over the edge of the lunch table.
Right.
That is a touchdown, and then you go and you kick the extra point.
There you go.
You kick you kick the paper football into your friend's eye.
Exactly, or the mashed potatoes.
If it goes too far.
Exactly.
That's probably a bad kick, though, if you kick it into his or her mashed potatoes.
Yeah, the refs are still not calling it like the Panthers game.
So, but I could autograph this and give it to somebody.
You should.
So,
I mean, and I'm glad that you clarified what PFL was, because in the MMA world, that there is a PFL, Professional Fighters
Fight League. That's right. There you go.
So I was like, oh, look at you.
I would never have done
but
that.
No.
I would never. I didn't know that. Lots to do. I want to talk about the Canes here, but we're going to go back to something we had talked about briefly because it's the serious subject, and I want to start with this. Because we talked to Pat Welter of WRAL TV5 earlier, and you can go to WRAL.com and see the story about they have uncovered a whole bunch of speeding tickets, reckless driving. There are other things as well. There's driving without insurance, driving with a revoked license, which are honestly all things that happen in day-to-day life. And while the joke is, oh, man, now you know you're a big-time football program when you have all of these things, because there are plenty of big-time football programs that do have these things that go on a regular basis. The University of Georgia has had a pretty noteworthy problem with vehicle violations, moving violations, speeding, but it has gone beyond anything that is jokeable. So I just want to say this. One, I would never make fun of that element of it. So there's that. The other part is this, and I asked Pat this about whether or not we know if there's data available, and maybe there is, maybe there isn't, that tells us what percentage of young people who drive between the age of 18 and 22 have multiple speeding violations, reckless driving in a short period of time. So, because I don't know what the percentage is, as a father of somebody who is not that far away from getting his license and being able to drive without mom or dad sitting in the passenger seat going, would you slow the hell down? Not that that happens with us, but we will say, just watch your speed. Watch your speed here. Right? Like, I think Jack's a pretty good driver.
That's good.
And and I think a respectable driver in that regard. But that's when we're sitting there.
Right.
So it's very different with the immediate feedback.
Yes.
Right here. So, but I was curious if there is any data like that available. And I'm still curious, but I do think that when you are a representative of a football program at UNC, at State, at Duke, at wherever you are representing that program. You represent the university, you represent that community, and you have a responsibility to be better than the general public. And I don't want anybody to ever think that that is not what I believe, because it is what I believe. And I'll just use myself personally here. Every time I am out, every time I go to one of Jack's soccer games, I know that for whatever reason, I am recognizable. Happened yesterday in a coffee shop.
Oh, there you go.
Somebody recognized me from the Canes Corner podcast.
Right.
So whether I like it or not, I am always representing this radio station. Always. Doesn't matter whether I am or whether I'm not. Always representing this company. Every once in a while, I will get mad at something, and I have to calm myself down, because the last thing I want is for it to reflect poorly on the people I represent, whether it's true or not.
Yeah. No matter how traffic tests you.
Exactly. At UNC, a football player at UNC, it could be one person, it could be 31 people. It doesn't matter. You represent that school. And when 19 of 101, I believe it is, when almost 20% of the football program has been found to have multiple speeding violations, reckless driving, and everybody's not multiple, but it appears that while maybe it's not a problem, it is certainly in many ways tolerated. That's the way it appears. And that's why I said it the way I did, because it reflects on UNC. So if I were them, and I think Georgia has tried poorly, if I were UNC, I would try to end that process. That I would do my best to make sure that's not happening anymore. It can be dangerous. It hasn't yet stepped over the line into completely ludicrous. Nobody was driving 122 on I-540. I mean, look, I have looked down and said, why am I going 90?
Right, it happens.
I have looked like, if you have like a 6-cylinder engine in your car,
yeah,
you can do that. 8-cylinder, some people have that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see that. But
just get caught with the traffic, going with the flow. That happens.
Like, the times of the night I drive on the Southern Wake Expressway, there ain't a lot of cars out there. You can go 90 pretty easily.
It's the opposite for me.
So right. Well, you're not driving. You're not driving on that part. You're driving down 401.
I'm driving in misery.
Right. So no, you can go fast, but 122? Nah, not me. Not me, boy.
Nope.
Not a chance.
Not even touching that.
No, not even close. All right. So be careful out there. Canes win 3-1 in Boston. Jordan Stahl scored the first goal. Second period was scoreless after one. Jordan Stahl scores the first goal of the second period. Joel Nystrom took a shot from the right point. It got all the way through a big screen in front. Part of that was Stahl, but there were other bodies there. It hit the goalie, Jeremy Swayman, in the chest, I think. Bounces out. Jordan Stahl's fighting off a defender with his left arm. He has his stick in his right arm. He just reaches out and flicks the puck over Swayman. It was Stahl Bunyan-esque. It was Superman strength.
I love that.
Dynamite goal. It made me laugh. It made him laugh. 1-0 Carolina. Later in the period, after a great Taylor Hall shift, Shane Gostisbehere, who played very well again last night, got the puck to Sean Walker. Walker passed it to Hall. Hall's shot hits Mark Jankowski in the chest in front of the net. It falls right to his feet. Swayman is out of position. Jankowski deposits it. It's 2-0. And then Taylor Hall with a highlight reel goal in the third period. Passed the puck to himself. By the way, Joel Nystrom got him the puck for that. His was the only assist on the play, but Hall should have gotten a primary assist as well as the goal. It was that good a play. So there was that. Pyotr Kochetkov, after a couple of starts which were kind of not great, and I say it that way because, C, and you don't want C goaltending, but I think they were both basically C's. Start against the Rangers was an A. Last night was an A. And it wasn't, he didn't have to be spectacular. He just had to be solid. And his head coach appreciated solid.
Well, solid. Like that's the key. That's what we need, right? Is there, when we need a save, it was there. And I'm sure he'd like to have that last one that I'd reach for it. But I mean, who cares at that point? The game's over. So he did his job tonight.
No doubt about it. Overall, on the win, head coach was happy.
Solid game. We had a game plan. I let the guys stuck, to it for the most part. And it's 2-0 going to the third. Maybe sit back a little, but that's kind of natural. They're kind of throwing everything at you. But I thought we had a real solid game all around. 20 guys, everybody contributed.
Everything's solid.
But that's what it was. There was nothing. They could have scored some more goals. Seth Jarvis had 2 breakaways that he didn't score on. One, Swayman makes a glove save. The other, Jarvis makes a great move, gets around him, and puts it off the inside of the right post to the point where it came out of the goal behind Swayman. So he beats the goalie, it hits the post, and comes out the other side. Like, that's how close it was to being a goal. There were plenty of opportunities. Andrei Svechnikov had a good chance very early on in the game. It could have been 5 or 6. It wasn't. It was 3. But 3 was more than enough the way they played last night. And yes, I get it. Boston decimated by injuries. No Middlestat, no Victor Arvidsson, no Charlie McAvoy, no Elias Lindholm. All 4 of those guys out. That's their best defensemen and 3 of their top 5 forwards out of the lineup. Look, I get it. It's hard to be good when you're missing that kind of firepower. But I don't think that diminishes the way Carolina played. I don't. If you want to be a hater, then by all means, you are more than welcome to
Plenty
do that.
of those.
Yeah, exactly. And they're all in my timeline. James Franklin is now the head coach at Virginia Tech. I want you to hear from our friend Eric McLean and Kelly Gramlich. They do a podcast, Gramlich and McLean, on how excited they are for James Franklin being in Blacksburg.
I just think it's going to be really splashy, really quick, KG, when you see what this guy's able to do, who he's able to get to come back home. And I just, again, I think of these fans and how excited they must be and how juiced up, jacked up they've got to be, because it's going to instantly be better. Like, I can promise you that because of the transfer portal, because of who this guy is, Virginia Tech is now squarely in the 2026 college football playoff race right now today.
It's just nice to feel like Virginia Tech is serious about football again and about winning. And that's great for the league. It's great for the sport. And it's great for one of our favorite fan bases, Eric. No question.
All right, Eric. Easy. I hope it happens, because what Kelly said, it's a great fan base. Incredible fan base. That is a great, great hire. I have a theory as to why Franklin, with the potential of Florida State, with LSU, Florida, Franklin has been great everywhere he's gone. I say everywhere. It's 2 spots, right? It's Vanderbilt and and Penn State. But he's been great in both spots.
Find the lie.
Right, exactly. So I think there are probably some programs out there that would have loved to have had James Franklin. To me, he takes Virginia Tech for a reason. Well, I'm going to talk about it with Mike DeCourcy next hour, but if we have time, maybe after we talk to Sarah Spain, I will get into why I think it's a great fit for him and his personality. We'll do that. But when we come back, Sarah Spain, her podcast is called Good Game, deals with women's sports, but she's also an author. The book is called Runs in the Family. Actually deals with a very good football coach who was adopted, finds his biological parents, and everything that happens after that. But we're going to talk a lot about the NWSL, the Carolina Courage, and more with Sarah Spain next.
His Zamboni is bigger than yours. The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Do you have a smartphone? Of course you do. Do you have a pocket or pouch or human hand to hold your smartphone? Then you have no excuse. Download the 99.9 The Fan brand new app today and take us with you wherever you go. Your favorite hosts, podcasts, and live sports action all in one place. Available for Apple iPhone and Android phones. Finally, there's an app for 99.9 The Fan. Download the 99.9 The Fan app today. Powered by Aspire Money Management.
This is the sound of Claire, cooking dinner at home. And that's the sound of a fraud alert from Wells Fargo, flagging a charge for a pricey restaurant in Paris. Considering Claire isn't in Paris right now, that seemed odd. To the bank and to Claire. 2 taps later, Claire says nope to the charge, and Wells Fargo is on the case. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger, Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next-day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Holiday scratch-offs, what a gift it. Let them dream just for a bit.
Ski trip, cruise ship, sports car, pristine yard, courtside seats, fancy meats, holiday scratch-offs can't be beat.
Give the gift of what if from the North Carolina Education Lottery. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning range from 1 in 3.19 to 9.95. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
Still searching for the perfect gift? Look no further. Visit Bailey's Fine Jewelry in Raleigh's Village District. Omega Showroom. Each Omega timepiece is crafted in Switzerland with legendary precision. It's iconic, timeless, and unforgettable. Just like the person you're shopping for. Make this holiday one they'll never forget. Visit Bailey's Fine Jewelry today for your perfect gift.
It's Bo time. Fumbling the food on game day? Rookie move. But you know Bo can make your tailgate a winner, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Because the Carolina Legend has everything you're craving. We're talking crispy, juicy chicken loaded with real Southern flavor, fluffy scratch-made buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your whole crew faster than you could say touchdown. Be the MVP this season and let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's Bo time.
Planning a tailgate? Then it's Bo time. Bojangles has everything you need for the perfect tailgate, no matter how many fans you're trying to feed. There's the original tailgate, the super tailgate, and for a really big crowd, the jumbo tailgate special. And if you like your chicken off the bone, choose the Supreme's tailgate special that includes 12 perfectly seasoned tenderloin fillets. So grab the tickets, get that Bojangles tailgate special, and go. It's Bo time.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
This is Adam Gold.
So Mike Vrabel, the coach of the New England Patriots, they asked him about birthday cake, and he said there was only one cake qualified for his birthday cake.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want to guess what that is?
Is it vanilla?
No.
Oh.
Carrot.
I love him even more.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's a classic song. It's a shame Sarah didn't hear it.
I know. I get my bumps prepared. We don't even have the guest ready.
We'll catch up with Sarah
She's
Spain.
busy smiling somewhere else right now.
Exactly. It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. Appreciate your time. This paper football could be yours.
Yes.
There it is. It says PFL, Paper Football League.
You should save that for the next time we do trivia. And that could be what somebody wins.
The prize.
Yeah.
You can win an autographed official Paper Football League. I'll make another one. We'll have multiples. All right. I did want to get into why I think James Franklin is a good fit for Virginia Tech. And if you go and you look at the landscape of the college football programs that are going to be looking for a coach, right? And there's also going to be like a merry-go-round. So Penn State's next coach is coming from somewhere. Lane Kiffin apparently boarded a plane, a private jet affiliated with LSU. So if Lane Kiffin goes there, Ole Miss needs a coach, right? Somebody goes to Florida, Nebraska needs a coach. Matt Rule, no idea if Matt Rule's going to go anywhere. Matt Rule might end up at Penn State. He might stay at Nebraska. By the way, all of these coaches that got contract extensions, that's great and all, but that ain't stopping them from moving to another job. It's only increasing the amount of money that their school might get if they were to leave now. There'll be some fee to pay if something like that were to happen. But let me just boil this down to why Franklin, and I don't know James Franklin, but why I think it's a perfect fit for him. Franklin has won. He won at Vanderbilt, and he won at Penn State. What he didn't do was win enough. He didn't win that game. I mean, he averaged, I think, more than 10 wins a year at Penn State. It's kind of hard to not be great averaging 10 wins a year at a school. But it would also be foolish to ignore that very few of those wins came against the other best teams. So there was a ceiling on like who Franklin could beat. And that ceiling was, if you were in the top 10, you probably, he probably wasn't beating you. I won a couple, but for the most part, no. And eventually, it got Penn State frustrated. They thought this was going to be the year that they won a title, and they lost the Oregon game and fell apart. Lost to, at that point, winless UCLA, and then could not stop traffic. And I think the university put up with like 3 weeks of it, maybe 4 weeks of it, and went, nope, check please. But Franklin, who exited with nothing but class, sometimes it's just time. Franklin handled it like a pro. First of all, when your pockets are as straight as Franklin's pockets are, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm not saying it doesn't matter. It still matters. Nobody wants to get fired no matter how much money you make. Nobody wants to get fired. So that happened. But Franklin knew that there's another job out there for him if he wants it. He knows that because we know that Auburn's open, LSU, Florida. I think we're pretty sure that Florida State's going to open up. Right? There are UCLA is open. There are tons of gigs that will be available if James Franklin wants them. But here's the difference between what Virginia Tech is and some of these other programs that I mentioned. At Florida State, you know what their fan base is. They're lunatics. Certified lunatics. Florida State isn't winning at the highest possible level. They're mad. They're mad at things that have nothing to do with winning. LSU, we already know that they're crazy. It's just too hot and humid, I think, in Baton Rouge and the entire state for there to be any sanity involved. Florida, probably a similar thing, if anybody's ever been to Gainesville. Like, those programs, and this is not a knock on these programs, they believe that they not can win, should win. Should. And I am not suggesting that Virginia Tech doesn't believe that they should win, because I think they do. But I also think that at Virginia Tech, they've never been one of those programs. They were, at their best under Frank Beamer, they were nationally relevant without necessarily being an annual player in, for a national championship. They did play for it once. Absolutely did. Played against, was it Florida State, right? Lost to Florida State. in a national championship game. They were in the Big East at the time. But for the most part, they have just been a very, very good program for a long time until the last handful of years under Frank Beamer and then whoever came after Frank Beamer. And my read is that while, yeah, they want to win and they want to win big, what they really want is to matter again. James Franklin will make them matter. And he could stay there for 10 years. I mean, I think they would like to be a factor in a college football playoff environment, but I don't believe that they'll lose their collective minds if Franklin, can't get them to advance in a playoff. Florida State, you make the playoffs twice and you don't advance, they're like, we got to get somebody better. You see what Dabo Swinney has become at Clemson,
Absolutely.
Right? Now, it's important to point out that Clemson, prior to Dabo Swinney, had never done this. Now, they played for a national championship. I was at the game. Was it 80 or 81 in the Orange Bowl in Florida when they lost to Nebraska? They were in the national championship game. So Clemson has always held themselves to be a program with great promise, but they had never done this. In many ways, like Virginia Tech was Frank Beamer, Clemson is Dabo Swinney. So it's interesting to see how that has sort of morphed into a we have to win big or it sucks. Man, Clemson, you had never been this before that guy. Regardless, this isn't about them. But Virginia Tech, I think the first step is just getting back to mattering. For College game day to show up in Blacksburg for a big game because Virginia Tech is good and Lane Stadium is electric, and it's one of the best environments in college football. And I think Franklin sees that, and I think he sees it as being somewhat similar to Penn State. I think the sensibilities have a similarity to it. I think it's a great fit. And looking at it from an ACC perspective, I think it's an incredible hire because, as Kelly Gramlich said in that clip, it does show that Virginia Tech is serious about football again. Not that they weren't, but they weren't going about it the way that a serious university, to the point of Virginia Tech, the way they should. If the ACC wants to be a legitimate football league, your best football programs, your football schools have to be good. And Virginia Tech is a football school. And it's been a long time since Virginia Tech was good. They need Clemson to come back and be good. They need Florida State to come back and be good. They need Miami to remain good. This is good. Like, have they put themselves in jeopardy of making the playoffs? Yep, they have. But it's still good. Virginia Tech's got to join. And then, once you get your football schools playing well, and to an extent, I think Georgia Tech is, Louisville certainly is, SMU should be. If you get your best football schools playing well, the league is better for it. And I'll close on this. In basketball, I don't care how good the rest of the league is, unless Duke, Carolina, and I'll just use those two programs. No offense to any other program. If Duke and Carolina are good, at least one of them really good, then the league looks better. You got to be led by your best. So Virginia Tech is part of ACC football's best. It's about time they came back to being great. All right, we got NFL stuff, the best and the worst of the National Football League. Who's ready for top 5, bottom 5? What do you like here, Victoria?
Ooh, let's get the good out of the way and end with the bad.
Oh, we're gonna get the good out of the way. All right, good.
Yeah, I'm curious who's bad because
All right.
it changes a lot.
It does
sometimes.
change. It does
This
change.
season
It's
especially.
wherever I can find the jokes. All right, number 5, the Denver Broncos, who are 9-2. Wait, they and the Patriots have the best record in the game. How are they not like number 1? They beat Kansas City 20. I think it was 22-19 was the final score. They have won 8 in a row. They have an incredible defense. Right? They have their linebacker named Funga, who is mushrooming into a great player.
Yeah, maybe he's a fun guy. Sorry.
They also have somebody named Bidet. Did you know that?
Oh boy, yeah.
I'm watching this going.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, let's wash that
They're
away.
cleaning up.
Yeah.
I felt bad even thinking about that. I really did. Anyway, they do have an incredible defense, but they are also incredibly lucky. And I can't wait. I cannot wait until Sean Payton and company lose in their first playoff game.
Oh, I know.
Put it down.
The face. Oh,
Put
man.
it down. Now,
great.
they may end up with the number 1 seed, although I actually think New England is going to end up with the number 1 seed. But as the 2 seed, let's see, who's going to be the 7 seed? Could be Kansas City.
Yep, they're going to find a way.
There you go. KC will win that game. Denver out in the first round. But they're awesome. 9-2. Number 4, Philadelphia. There's not a whole lot of difference between Denver and Philadelphia, except Philadelphia proved that they could actually win it all. They are 8-2. They beat Detroit. I think the final was it 16-9? Something, I don't know, 16-9. It was terrible. There is something a little bit amiss with the Eagles' offense. A little bit amiss. Did I hear Nick Sirianni saying that the tush push has issues?
I know.
Right?
What?
Like it's been, I don't know, Minnesota figured it out one game, and now the tush push has issues.
Yeah. Did you see the Ravens with their fake
tush push?
Mm-hmm.
That was brilliant.
And it worked.
That was brilliant. Yeah, it did work. It should, right?
Yeah.
But if the tush push is having issues, may I suggest Preparation H? Now.
There we go.
all of them. Anyway, one thing that doesn't have issues for Philadelphia, their defensive line is amazing.
It is.
Jalen Phillips is awesome. I guess Miami's team is so bad it didn't matter that they had Jalen Phillips, but man, Philadelphia is so good. By the way, they are at Dallas coming up this week. Denver, I think they're on the bye. I think Denver's on a bye week. Number 3, Seattle is 7-3. They lost at the Rams 21-19. They only lost by 2, in spite of the fact that Sam Darnold threw 4 interceptions.
Right.
Part of me thinks that's good.
Yeah.
Like if he had just thrown 3 interceptions, I don't know, maybe they only lose by 1.
Right.
Or if he had thrown 2, maybe they go to overtime. I don't know how that works. But you throw 4 interceptions against a team like the Rams,
and it's still competitive.
and you're on the road, and you still have a chance.
Yeah.
By the way, plus 101 point differential. Second best in the league. But I know, Sam Darnold's still out there. Are we only going to judge Sam Darnold on his worst games? No. I get it. They come at the worst times, but it seems like we are. Number 2, San Francisco, 7-4. Just beat Arizona like a drum. That's not that hard. How about this? They have played 7 of their 11 games on the road.
Wow, they're just used to it now.
5-2 away from home. One of those might have been in overseas, but still.
Wow. Yeah.
They've played just 4 home games. So
next one's against the Panthers.
Of their remaining 6 games, 4 of them are at home. And they get Brock Purdy back. Or they already got Brock Purdy back.
Yeah.
If he does not get hurt.
If.
Right, I know it's an if, right? If he does not get hurt, I will not be surprised if the 49ers go all the way to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I know they don't have Nick Bosa. I know they don't have Fred Warner. They'll figure it out, but their offense can be elite. Purdy makes them so much better than Mac Jones does. They're also, 7-2 against the NFC, which is the better of the 2 conferences. 4-1 against the best division in football, and they do play Carolina this week in San Jose. And number 1, they were number 1 last week, and they beat number 2. No reason to move the Los Angeles Rams out of the number 1 spot. They're 8-2. But it is a concern that they picked Sam Darnold off 4 times and only won by 2.
Yeah.
So
thanks for not covering the spread, Rams.
Exactly. They host Tampa Bay this week. Very, very big week.
That'll be a good one.
For the
Tampa's coming off of a loss again.
Right. The NFC South versus the NFC West. And, of course, I wonder, will Baker Mayfield hold a grudge against the Rams?
He should. Why not keep it going?
He finished that year where he started with Carolina.
Yep.
He finished it in Los Angeles. All right, you ready for the bottom 5?
I am.
All right, number 28, Atlanta at 3-7.
Nice.
Lost in overtime to Carolina. You like that?
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins will be your starting quarterback.
Exactly. Swag and surf out of here.
So, did we really see signs that they want to bring back Bobby Petrino in Atlanta? Actually, I made that up.
Yeah.
But at this point,
you never know.
I wouldn't be surprised. They are in New Orleans on Sunday. Number 29, Washington is 3-8. They lost in Madrid to the Miami Dolphins 16-13. You made the Dolphins look competent.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Washington.
What are you doing?
Can we be better? Marcus Mariota got hurt in that game, too.
Not good.
So they're down to quarterback number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, did you see the field in of the Santiago Bernabeu?
No, I don't think so.
Well, that's where Real Madrid plays.
Okay.
And they store the field under the field.
Oh.
Like in sections.
Huh.
And they bring the field up. They do that with the soccer pitch. They did that with the football field. It's an awesome thing to watch. It is so high tech. Meanwhile, here in America,
we're playing on turf.
We spend more money on making sure that the rich folk in the suites are taken care of than the players on the field.
Yep.
It is so twisted.
And we got all these quarterbacks with turf toe.
It is, exactly.
Yeah.
It is so twisted. That technology is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I can watch them change the field out forever. It is so cool. All right, number 30, the Las Vegas Raiders, who are 2-8. They just lost to Dallas 33-16. What did I say before that you made, who made the Washington made the Dolphins look competent?
Mm-hmm.
God, the Raiders made the Cowboys look good.
I know. They were completing all sorts of passes, and then they shot themselves in the foot like they do.
So, if you move to Vegas, how do you not have fun?
Right.
I get it. If you're the head coach of the Raiders.
I know.
Pete Carroll's
Poor
having
Pete.
no fun. No fun. It's too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Number 31, the Cincinnati Bengals are 3-7. Just lost to broken-armed quarterback Aaron Rodgers. They fear he has a broken bone in his wrist.
It's the non-throwing one,
It's
though, right?
Yes, the
Okay.
left. But it's the one he drinks ayahuasca with.
It is.
So that's a problem. They are minus 106 in point differential, which is dead last in the league. But Joe Burrow's not walking through that door. And if Joe Burrow did, he'd get injured in the process anyway.
He would. Yeah.
So they play New England this week. They're home to New England,
Good
but
luck.
yeah, exactly. Number 32, Cleveland is 2-8.
Oh, boy.
Yes, exactly. They lost to Baltimore 23-16. They actually had a 16-10 lead.
I know. Baltimore was playing with their food, too.
Right. Well, Baltimore, I'm not 100% sold on yet.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to win the division anyway, but I'm not sure they're that good. Anyway, it was 16-10 when Dylan Gabriel was the quarterback, and then he got a concussion, and Shedeur Sanders came on, and here are the first 5 Shedeur Sanders drives.
That's good.
3 plays, minus 11 yards, punt. 3 plays, 0 yards, interception. 6 plays, 2 yards, punt. 5 plays, 28 yards, punt. 3 plays, negative 15 yards, punt. Solid. Then when the game was over, basically, 8 plays, 40 yards, turned it over on downs.
Wow.
6 drives, 44 yards.
I was going to say, did we even hit 50?
Maybe Shedeur Sanders wasn't blackballed.
Right.
Maybe. I don't know. But it was his first try, and the Browns are bad. So maybe, is what it is. But there's your top 5, bottom 5 for Week 11 in the National Football League.
Panthers aren't in the bottom. So there we go.
6-5.
I know. I'm so excited.
They're on
But see,
fire.
last season, this is the thing I always pointed out, because last season they lived in the bottom 5.
Right.
So it's nice even just being in the gray area.
Oh, we're only 2 weeks away from being
I know. Just
back in
wait for it.
contention.
Oh, just wait for it.
Just at San Francisco, home against the Rams. We'll see what happens. Exactly. Seahawks, Bucks twice.
That's fun.
You got the Saints, still the Saints, but you got to go there.
We also lost to
You got to
the
go
Saints.
exactly. You got to go there to play the Saints. All right. When we come back, we will stretch. We will place bets. I think yesterday I might have said Hurricanes 3-1. Might have. Next.
Because your fantasy football team needs all the help it can get, the Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Scams increase during the Medicare open enrollment period, so stay alert. Never give your Medicare, Social Security, credit card, or bank account numbers to anyone who contacts you unexpectedly and claims to be from Medicare. Your caller ID may show Medicare's name or phone, but caller ID can be spoofed. Just hang up. Visit ncshiip.com or call toll-free at 855-408-1212. SHIP provides free, unbiased help in all 100 counties.
If you pay your city or town for electricity, you live in a public power community. Public power communities provide electricity to families and businesses from a locally owned and operated system. Public power systems are not-for-profit and provide electricity at affordable rates with unbeaten reliability. Your local public power provider invests in your community, providing local jobs and supporting your local economy. Electricities of North Carolina is the energy behind public power. Learn more at electricities.com.
Open enrollment for health insurance is here. But don't worry, North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance has you covered for all your health insurance needs, including Medicare. And with offices in every county, a trusted, experienced agent is just around the corner, ready to help find a plan that's right for you. Visit ncfbins.com or stop by your local office today. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
Are you looking for a 2-year hands-on agricultural degree while still gaining the university experience? I'm Lee Ivey, Director of the Agricultural Institute at NC State University. We offer 6 associate's degrees that span the agricultural industry and set our students up to meet their goals. Come live on campus, learn on our farms, and be a part of the NC State community. Learn more about our program online by searching NC State Ag Institute. 2 years, 1 degree, endless possibilities.
Hello, I'm Steve Troxler, North Carolina Commissioner of Agriculture. Farming's tough,
but you're not alone. That's why the North Carolina Agri-Medicine Institute offers the North Carolina Farm Helpline, a free 24/7 resource for the agriculture community. Long hours, difficult decisions, and unexpected challenges can add up. Whether you need to talk to a counselor who understands farming or help with finances, legal questions, or farm safety, call 844-325-3276. That's 844-325-3276, the North Carolina Farm Helpline, a free 24/7 resource for the agriculture community. 844-325-3276, because no one should face farm life alone.
North Carolina ranks second in the nation in potential agricultural land lost by the year 2040. The NC Forever Farms program supports the preservation of family farms through permanent agricultural conservation easements and has received a record number of applications for 3 straight years. Landowners interested in preserving their working farm through the Farmland Preservation Division of the North Carolina Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services can learn more by visiting ncadfp.org.
This season, make the choice to protect what matters most, you and your family. Choose to get vaccinated for the best protection from respiratory illness. Talking with your provider about vaccines, hand washing, and staying home when sick keep your family protected from the flu, RSV, and COVID. Defend yourself. Get vaccinated to protect you and your family from respiratory illnesses this season. Visit myspot.nc.gov to find yours today.
Brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services.
This is Adam Gold.
So Mike Vrabel, the coach of the New England Patriots, they asked him about birthday cake, and he said there was only one cake qualified for his birthday cake.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
You want to guess what that is?
Is it vanilla?
No.
Oh.
Carrot.
I love him even more.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I am Adam Gold. Victoria producing the program. We're going to place bets in a moment. I meant to tell you this earlier. If we go back and listen to yesterday, I believe I said 3-1. Either 3-1. I see either 3-1 or 4-2. Hurricanes win. The pick was Canes minus a goal and a half, under 6.5. I just didn't think either team would score a lot. As it turned out, I was right. See if we can do it again.
Hopefully.
But first, we have to stretch.
So I thought this was interesting because everyone has their opinion when you are asked this question. What's the most hated NFL team in our league? And everybody would have their, oh, well, I hate fill in the blank.
The most hated team?
Yes.
In the NFL?
Mm-hmm. And it's not the Chiefs.
No, it's not the Chiefs.
According to Google Keyboard.
Because they're probably, if not the most popular, they're very close to the top. I think the most hated team is probably the Cowboys.
See, and I would have guessed that too. But for
or
whatever
Raiders.
For whatever reason, the Raiders are the scariest, or at least when I was growing up, they were the scariest.
It was that guy with the when he paints his face black.
Yes, the whole thing. It's former Kiss members, but
Ace Frehley,
yeah,
Gene Simmons,
right? According to Google Keyboard Planner. I don't know why they did this, but it's a Canadian sports betting site, and they found out they have a top 5. So starting with 5 and 3, because 5 and 4 are tied, and then I don't know. We'll math. 3 is New York Jets and the Green Bay Packers. I don't know if people just don't like green, like those people in particular. They say 6 states were the ones that said they were the most hated. So they do it by states. Then we have the Las Vegas Raiders, where it's 8 states, including Colorado, Utah, Missouri. They were very specific about which states.
Because of the division.
Right. It makes sense. And then number 1, not the Cowboys. It's actually the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, man. That's too bad.
Yep. So 13
People
states,
hate the tush push.
including, now they can't even do the tush push anymore.
Right. They're good at it.
I don't know why they threw these out in particular, but Alabama, California, and Texas all specifically hate them, which Texas makes sense because Dallas. But
right.
Yeah. So there you go. It's not it's not the Cowboys. However, I was looking in our North Carolina state, we absolutely hate. Want to guess?
The Saints. Falcons. We hate the Falcons.
Your second guess. Yes.
Yeah, we hate the Falcons.
But the other Carolina that we don't really acknowledge, they, for whatever reason, hate the Eagles. So
really?
It makes no sense.
That
this
is
why
random.
we don't accept you.
That is random.
Because the Eagles aren't even in our division. Get it together, South. So there you go. And there's a whole map. If you want to Google it, you can see which state hates the most, whichever NFL team the most. But you probably won't find that in our bets, though.
Place your bets. Here we are. I bet you slice into the woods $100.
Gambling is illegal at Bushwood, sir, and I never slide.
Okay, you can owe me. I owe you nothing.
All right, I'm ready. Let's do it.
I know it went against your fun yesterday, but I somehow skated by with the Cowboys under 49.5. That was plus 180, so I'll take it. But tonight, looking at hockey, Chicago Blackhawks have the Calgary Flames. So, you know what? Give me the spunky Blackhawks to win at home, and I'm going to take the under 5.5 plus 275.
Did you see the Florida... It's a Vancouver game yesterday?
No.
Vancouver scored the first 2 goals. Florida scored the next 5. Vancouver scored the next 3.
Wow.
Florida scored 3 times in the third period to close it out.
Wow.
Bananas.
There you go.
Absolute bananas. All right, we got a Champions Classic. Michigan State, Kentucky. Spartans are plus 184. Give me Michigan State to beat Kentucky outright, plus 184.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see
I have no
here.
idea.
The Utah Mammoth. They're going to be at San Jose taking on the Sharks. And Mammoth, they've been spunky too. So give me the Mammoth to win. And I'm going to go over 6.5 because I feel like there'll be a lot of goals. 230 plus 235.
There are often a lot of goals in Mammoth games. All right, and it's a big one. Never mind. We only have time for one more. And we are going to do USA Uruguay in a friendly. And give me U.S. The U.S., they're plus 260 for a home turf win. And Haji Wright, anytime goal scorer, that's plus 592.
Asheville to Wilmington, Boone to Durham, the Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Adam Gold here from my friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. The NBA will have to do without Victor Wembanyama for a few weeks. That's no fun. He's fun. We need fun. How about the Lakers? This is fun. 10-4 without that LeBron James guy because Luka Doncic is in shape and rubbing it in the Dallas Mavericks' nose. And right now, new customers can get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. I realize I didn't just give you a bet, but honestly, the NBA's fun. So have fun with the NBA. FanDuel.com/AdamGold. FanDuel.com/AdamGold. 21 and over and present in North Carolina. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonuses issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
Listen every afternoon for The Drive with Tim Donnelly.
The bar is impossibly low for Bryce Young and the Panthers passing game. The defense, the running game, they're playing well enough that you only have to give so very little production in the passing game and everyone's happy. Throw for 200 yards, get a touchdown. Give a little bit of confidence so when you drop back, everybody doesn't hold their breath.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 3 to 6 on 99.9 The Fan.
Pros don't just show up. They prove how it's done, with precision and without shortcuts. Makita tools are built the same way. with a dedication to lasting quality, trusted performance, and results that reward your effort year after year. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Hi, I'm Kylie.
I'm John.
And I'm Garrison. And a little thing we love about the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets
Is sharing it in the car during the holidays.
I do love that. We will pack the car with gifts. And of course, we go and pick up our family's favorite nuggets.
Every nugget is tasty times quadrillion.
And we get all the sides.
Yeah, the ooey gooey mac and cheese is a big hit.
Everyone from 1 to 116 would love Chick-fil-A's chicken nuggets.
Share the nuggets, share the joy. Order the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Come see Atlantic Spas and Billiards' brand new showroom. More wellness to experience with state-of-the-art Tilo saunas to see, more hot spring and Caldera hot tubs to sit in, and a full-service billiard and dart pro shop. Shop for awesome holiday gift ideas from grills to game tables. Outdoor recreation takes center stage with ping pong, foosball, pool tables, and more. Remodeling floor models and demos available for great pricing. Shop now and experience the beautiful brand new showroom, Atlantic Spas and Billiards, Glenwood Avenue, Raleigh, AtlanticSBNC.com.
I'm Dr. Miller, a dentist and a volunteer for Dental Lifeline Network. DLN asks dentists to volunteer to see just one patient per year who might not have access to proper oral health care. Join me in making a difference.
Go to willyouseeone.org to learn more.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
I'm attorney Brian Ritchie. Big truck accidents can cause life-changing injuries, and life-changing injuries deserve life-changing money. I know big truck wrecks, and I know how to fight those big insurance companies. If you've been hurt by a big truck, contact us at ritchielaw.com. I'm on top of it.
Broadcasting live from the Lenovo Studios. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Triangle Sports Leader.
It was Sam Darnold's fault. Sure. If Josh Allen, if Lamar Jackson, if Patrick Mahomes had that same type of performance, and when you have that type of impact as a quarterback specifically, you cannot have these type of blunders when you're throwing the ball into the opposite team's hands 4 times, and you still, the most decimating point about this all is, you just lost the game within 1 score? Just imagine what would have happened if you wouldn't even turn the ball over.
I have no idea what word that was used, but I don't care. I've said it so many times with Cam. We need more Cam Newton, not less. We need more Cam.
He's at least not boring.
Oh, gosh. It's phenomenal. Such a big fan of Cam Newton.
A lot of hats, too. I
Yeah.
think he's definitely upped his hat game. No pun intended.
It's like they're not hats. He's not selling those hats.
Yeah, no.
Like nobody can buy them.
Right. I've had this conversation with someone before. Does he have like a closet full of, which would have to be rooms full of hats, or does he have like a designer that just is like, here, I made you this hat, you wear it for one appearance, and then we take it back and I don't know.
They were going to
sell
disassemble it and make a car out of it. Yeah.
Give it back to the bird with the feather that they plucked from
It's
it.
tremendous. I love everything about Cam Newton. I really do. All right, lots to do. Mike DeCourcy of the Sporting News is going to join us in just a few minutes. We'll talk about James Franklin. Also, we got Duke and Kansas tonight. We'll talk about hoops. Get into NC State a little bit with Mike DeCourcy as well. But right now it is time for the Wall of Sound.
The Wall of Sound is a function of this studio. There's no doubt about it.
So pretty big news that came down last night that James Franklin had agreed to become the head coach at Virginia Tech. A huge, huge win for the ACC because Virginia Tech, the ACC needs Virginia Tech to be good at football. We can't have of Virginia Tech, who stinks at football. You can't have it. I mean, I don't have to bring up any comparisons. It's just you need your schools that are supposed to be good at certain things to be good at those things. And Virginia Tech and football matter. So here's Eric McLean and Kelly Gramlich from their podcast, the Gramlich and McLean podcast, on Franklin to Blacksburg.
I just think it's going to be really splashy, really quick, KG, when you see what this guy's able to do, who he's able to get to come back home. And I just, again, I think of these fans and how excited they must be and how juiced up, jacked up they've got to be, because it's going to instantly be better. Like, I can promise you that because of the transfer portal, because of who this guy is, Virginia Tech is now squarely in the 2026 college football playoff race right now today.
It's just nice to feel like Virginia Tech is serious about football again and about winning. And that's great for the league, it's great for the sport, and it's great for one of our favorite fan bases, Eric Beckman.
Question.
Yeah, I don't know that Eric is, I mean, maybe he got a little bit too close to the turkey.
Maybe. It's a problem sometimes.
So, Eric, I don't know that they're going to be. I can't say that they won't be, but what James Franklin will immediately do is he will restore faith that they can be a good football program again. That did not exist under Justin Fuente. It did not exist under Brent Pry. Did not. So, good for Virginia Tech. Now, Ian Fitzsimmons from ESPN Radio was surprised that Franklin took the gig.
I'm a bit surprised that Virginia Tech went ahead and pulled the trigger this early. But let's just stay with the James Franklin first. You could have sat out a year, recharged your batteries, right? After just a horrific, your preseason number 2. And then you lose in OT to Oregon at home in a whiteout game. And you let Oregon beat you twice because they went out to UCLA and had just that awful turd of a game. And then you come back and then you lose to Northwestern. Again, as a 21-point favorite. It didn't get any worse. So why not take a step back, collect the money, go be in our world for a year like a lot of guys do, and then jump back in. Then pick your perfect spot.
Well, turd of a game? That's interesting.
I know.
Okay. All right, then.
He got close to the turkey, too.
He did, apparently. The wrong end of the turkey, apparently. So, what's to say that Virginia Tech isn't the perfect place? Guys, I brought it up, and we'll talk about it with Mike DeCourcy coming up in about 10 minutes or so. But I kind of think that for James Franklin, I kind of think that Blacksburg is the perfect place. It's going to be different than the other jobs you would have assumed he would have taken. Florida State, LSU, Florida. Heck, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen with Dan Lanning in Oregon. You don't know if he's enticed to go somewhere else. Hey, look, if LSU or Florida goes to Dan Lanning, we want you. Maybe Oregon's available. Or if somebody wanted Lincoln Riley at USC, that's available. You just don't know. But maybe Virginia Tech is exactly what James Franklin wants. Just a thought. Amber Wilson, also on ESPN Radio, on the same topic.
It's been years, obviously, since they've been part of that conversation. They're in an easier conference, arguably, to win. It's a mess of a conference right now. So are you able to bring that program back and have some success there? And when you look at James Franklin's numbers and what he actually did at Penn State, I mean, 104 and 45 and 12 seasons there. He posted 6 10-win seasons there. He took them to the Big Ten championship in 2016. They won it. He takes them to the college football playoffs last season. They make it all the way to the semis in January. I mean, he had success there, and that's the sort of success that a school like Virginia Tech would appreciate.
Yeah, I disagree
because
with that
of where
part.
they're at. Now, I'm not saying that doesn't run thin at some point, but your leash is longer at Virginia Tech than it is right now at Penn State.
Amber Wilson is correct. Correct. And now, will that leash grow short over time? It did at Penn State. But I would argue that there's a lot of similarities between Penn State and Virginia Tech that maybe people on the outside world don't recognize. I remember a conversation we had with Chip Patterson about Michigan. And he said, like, he didn't specifically spell it out that people don't realize that Michigan is different, but my takeaway from the way he was talking about the Michigan job was what they really want is to be good, to be scandal-free, and to value academics. Like, that's what they care about. And as long as Harbaugh had the academics in order, now the scandal-free is not necessarily what happened because low-level scandal, but it was scandalous nonetheless with Connor Stallions. But they basically ran the program the way they wanted it to be run, with an academic bent. They care about it being a college program. They don't want to be a factory that just churns out NFL players. They do that anyway. And Michigan's just different. And I thought Penn State was different. It goes back to Joe Paterno and how he set the program up. And I'm not saying that Virginia Tech thinks about it in those terms, but I do think that the expectations for Virginia Tech are not what the expectations are in a lot of other high-profile jobs. And that might appeal to James Franklin. All right, to Will Wade. NC State beat VCU barely yesterday. Turned it over too much for Will Wade. But for people who criticize, why would you play VCU? Or if you were of the mind that State should have absolutely rolled all over the Rams, you don't know much about the program. Will Wade does.
I mean, it's a quad 2 game for us at home. It'll be a quad 1 game, and we return the game up there next year. I mean, it makes sense to me. 2 hours away. I don't know why we wouldn't do it. Look, I mean, you want to test yourself. You want to play. Good teams. I mean, I think everybody acts like, VCU is not some charity program. This is a real program. They win, 20-plus games every year, 22, 25 games every year. So, I mean, they're 2 hours up the road. It's a good home and home. It's a quad 2 game at home. It's a quad 1 game up there. I mean, I don't know why you would. I don't know why we wouldn't. I don't know why we wouldn't schedule them. I mean, they're as good as many teams in our league. So I think it makes sense when you've got to build a resume to play good teams. I mean, the games are going to be tough, but it makes a lot of sense to play good teams. And so we're, it's a good home and home for us. I mean, they'll be on the bus and be home for midnight, and hopefully we'll be on the bus, be home for midnight next year. So it's a good game, good series.
Absolutely. 100%. All too often, college basketball schedules they have two extremes. You've got the high-profile games. So State's going out to Maui. There's a conversation, by the way, that the Maui Invitational might be going away, which would suck. The Maui Invitational is one of the best parts of the non-conference schedule in college basketball. And there's a lot of reasons why it might go away that we'll get into another time. But there are two levels of your college basketball schedule. There's the high-profile games, like Duke's got Kansas tonight. They've got Florida, Arkansas, John Calipari's Arkansas. They got so many top-tier games. Look at Carolina's schedule last year. They played essentially everybody on the 1 and 2 lines. Just about. And There's those games, and then there's the guaranteed win games. Well, somewhere in the middle are programs like VCU that can and will beat you even on your floor, no matter how good you are, because they're good. And I think these games are great. So I am excited that this is a home and home, and I think it's cool that State's going to go up to Richmond and play that game. So there you go. All right, when we come back, Mike DeCourcy of the Sporting News on a little bit about James Franklin, but then we dig into hoops. We'll talk about Will Wade and more next.
Because your fantasy football team needs all the help it can get, the Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Pack Therapy is in session, thanks to First Horizon Bank. It's Tim Donnelly from 99.9 The Fan, alongside legendary Wolfpack play caller Mike Glennon.
Every episode of Pack Therapy is your chance to get dialed in with inside information on your team.
We'll set you up for every Wolfpack game all season long.
And we'll break down every contest, what went right and what could have worked better.
Plus, special guests to keep Wolfpack hope alive.
Follow and subscribe to Pack Therapy wherever you discover your favorite podcast, and watch every episode on YouTube.
There are only about 4,300 publicly traded companies on the U.S. Stock Exchange, but there are an estimated 33 million companies in the U.S. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. The average investor is missing out on over 99% of the investment opportunity that's happening in this beautiful country until now. True portfolio strength is found beyond the confines of the S&P 500, investing in promising companies before they go public. Private real estate, infrastructure, world-changing technologies. This is called the endowment model. The endowment model has historically outperformed the traditional model of just stocks and bonds. If you're an accredited investor and want more from your investments, it's time to think beyond just stocks and bonds. Call Trajan today, 919-205-9800. That's 919-205-9800.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. See website for details.
Holiday scratch-offs for the gifted. Let them dream just for a bit. Ski trip, cruise ship, sports car, pristine yard, courtside seats, fancy meats. Holiday scratch-offs can't be beat.
Give the gift of what if from the North Carolina Education Lottery. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning range from 1 in 3.19 to 9.95. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
Bailey's Fine Jewelry has been voted the best place to buy a watch. Well, did you know that Bailey's is also the best place to sell your watch? So if you're looking to sell your Rolex or to add a Rolex to your collection, Bailey's is the place to go. Bailey's Fine Jewelry, locally owned since 1948.
If you've been diagnosed with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, this is what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Imagine being a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy. With Tremfya, clearer skin is possible. In clinical trials, at least 70% of patients saw at least 90% clearer skin at 16 weeks. Results may vary. Tremfya is also indicated for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Call 1-800-526-7736 or visit Tremfya.com.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
Every season can be punishing for your roof. Mother Nature is a fierce opponent that doesn't take a break, which is why you need RoofWorks on your building maintenance team. Hi, this is Holly from RoofWorks. We specialize in keeping your commercial roof in great condition no matter what the issue may be. We offer roof inspections, roof repairs, and if needed, a full roof replacement. We help determine if there's a problem with your roof and advise you on the most cost-effective way to handle it. Contact us today at roofworks.com. That's roof, WERKS.com.
Gold. Gold.
Person in front of me in line had a box of wine.
Oh, yeah. I feel that person. If you are buying boxed wine on a Friday, that thing is open right now.
In the car.
Yeah. I don't even need it to cool down.
She jammed a big straw right through the top of the box in the car.
Went to the gas station to get a cup of ice. Like, they don't even care.
The Adam Gold Show.
DeCourcy of the Sporting News, in a U.S. Basketball Writers Hall of Fame, not the Hall of Fame, Mike DeCourcy at TSN Mike. Before we get to the basketball and even a little U.S. men's national team who has a friendly and I think a picnic afterwards with Uruguay, I mean, it sounds like it would be fun. I'm sure you've got thoughts. James Franklin spent a long time at Penn State. Really did a great job, except he couldn't win those games that Penn State wants their program to be able to win. But Virginia Tech is going to reap the benefits of somebody who knows how to build a program, and that is a university and a football community that desperately needs legitimacy. It's been a minute since they've been even good. So your thoughts on James Franklin of Blacksburg?
Yeah, I mean, I think for Virginia Tech, it's an A+ hire. You can't get to come unless you could you could reimagine Frank Beamer's first career there.
Right.
You can't get a better coach now to go to Blacksburg than they got. I'm a little surprised that James decided that was the best course for him because remember. In a lot of ways, I mean, his contract says he has to go look for another job.
Right.
It doesn't mean he has to take anything he's offered. And so in a lot of ways, he's kind of coaching Tech for free. If you at the core of it. So, I mean, that means you really want to do this job. You have to really want it. And it's been a while, like you said, since Tech was really viable. And so you have to really love it, and you have to be really confident that in this environment you can restore them to some version of what they were 20 years ago.
Here's what's interesting to me about the job, and I think there's a parallel to Penn State. Mike DeCourcy of the Sporting News is joining us. Penn State is all about their football program. I mean, Happy Valley, Central Pennsylvania, all about Penn State. And everything. They put 94,000 people in that stadium every week, every Saturday, and places jammed. They love it. If you can succeed there, you're idolized. As we know what happened with the last coach, maybe too much so. But the thing about it is that Franklin spent a long time there, and he won a lot, and now he's coming to a place that, honestly, they just want to matter. I'm not saying that titles don't matter. I think Virginia Tech desperately wants to win an ACC and become nationally relevant again. But it's been so long since they have mattered even regionally, other than to their fans. And I think they look at Franklin. He can bring us that. He can get us back to that. And then, based on ACC football, I mean, if Duke could have almost won the league, I'll just ... that. So it's there for them.
It is. It is. And the only thing they've won recently, I don't know if you're aware of this or not, Adam, but during the pandemic when we were all pining for like people being back at football stadiums, we did a project at the Sporting News where we ranked the best stadium songs in all of sports, from Anfield's You'll Never Walk Alone to Renegade in Pittsburgh at the Steelers games. And Enter Sandman was the number one stadium song. The way they get that place rocking when they play that song on the way into I don't know how much James is going to be able to appreciate that, but it's maybe he got a glimpse of that when he was being recruited to become the coach there, and maybe that's what convinced him, because it is really quite a scene.
Oh, it's an incredible atmosphere. I mean, Virginia Tech on Thursday nights was unparalleled anywhere. And I mean, they built, part of ESPN2 is built on Virginia Tech on Thursday nights. We know what really built ESPN2, and that was Duke, Carolina, because they put that game on that network the first couple of years that ESPN had a twin. But I'm thrilled for the people in Blacksburg because it really is. I mean, if you could have drawn up the perfect person to take them to the next level, he's a great recruiter. And I know this personally. When Debbie Yao was the AD at Maryland, James Franklin was her guy. When Ralph Friedgen stepped aside, Debbie came here to NC State, and I think Kevin Anderson was the guy who took over. And Kevin Anderson, I believe, if Debbie Yao had a plan, we just tear it up and we don't do it. And we all saw how good Kevin Anderson was at his job. I'll just leave that right there. We've got Duke and Kansas in the Champions Classic, the second game of what has become one of the staples of the early part of the college basketball schedule. I've seen Kansas. They're not vintage. They're good, obviously. I don't think they're vintage, but Darren Peterson is legit. This Duke team, I'm not going to say that Cam Boozer is better than Cooper Flagg, but my gosh, he's incredible. How does Duke keep pulling these guys out of high schools and they go to college and they are just absolute beasts? I don't even know it. I have no words for him.
Well, it helps when that particular player is the son of one of your championship legends.
It should help.
I
talked to Carlos about it during that process. He absolutely insisted that he wasn't going to influence them. They were going to make their own decisions. And it came down to, I guess at the end, it was Miami and Duke, which is an easy choice, even though they're, from Miami. But Carolina was in on it early. I know that.
Yeah, and so I don't, in the general sense, in the professional prospect sense, I don't think that Cameron is a superior player to Cooper. But I do think that this team is even a better offensive team than last year's. Cooper was phenomenal. Con Knipple, you're seeing what he's doing now, and he was terrific last year as well. But I think you have more offensive weapons on this team. With Patrick Dongba at center, I think Kaman Malawach was a phenomenal player, but Patrick is not as strong a defensive player, as strong a rebounder as what you had a year ago, but he's an outstanding offensive player. And I think Isaiah Evans now, you may not be as deep as you were a year ago because you could barely get Isaiah Evans on the floor, but he's fantastic. I loved him last year. He saved the Auburn game.
Yeah.
And so, the one thing that you still wonder about with this team is they didn't really have a point guard last year. Sion James did the best he could with that, and it worked all the way up till the final 90 seconds of the Houston game when it didn't. And Caleb Foster had gotten the first chance last year, and it didn't quite work, and now he's getting another look at it. So it's the only thing about this Duke team that you don't 100% know about. But again, I don't think it really hurts you until it does, if you understand what I'm saying.
Totally. I think they're hoping that Caden Boozer can be in some ways like one of the Jones brothers who was so good for Duke. Also, looking at Duke's schedule, Arkansas, Florida, Michigan State, Texas Tech, Michigan, plus twice against UNC and Louisville. If Duke has a really good record against that schedule, do they make the NBA playoffs?
Great question. It's amazing to see how much more of that we're seeing now.
Yeah.
Much more so than we had in the past. And I don't know exactly what the change is. I think it probably there's probably some money involved into the programs. Obviously, we're seeing that with the tournament out in Vegas, the Players Era tournament, putting a lot of money into the sport. That may have a lot to do with it, but it's great for the sport that they play each other. I still think, and I think you'd probably agree, that it would be really even cooler if we saw more of those games played on home courts than we do.
Right.
It would the Champions Classic has always been an exception. It started 2011 and sort of ushered into the sport this era of heavyweights playing one another. It wasn't a totally new thing, but we'd gotten away from it, and it helped revive that. So I'd like to see more environments. Cameron, there's nothing like it. Dean Dome's fantastic. I mean, Allen Fieldhouse, my favorite gym in all of college basketball. I want to see more games there more often.
I agree with you, and I know Duke's doing that. They did the home and home with Arizona. A couple of these games. The Florida game I think is on a neutral court. Michigan State I think is up. Is that in East Lansing? I know the Michigan game, they always take a home game and they bring it to Madison Square Garden,
right?
Which is a Duke home game always. They pack Madison Square Garden. There's arguably more Duke fans than Knicks fans. I kid, because that's not true. But you're right. But the money is in the neutral site games because there's somebody will pay both schools to show up. I know they just played Texas in the Dick Vitale Classic in a game in Charlotte, which was Duke was dynamite. I think Texas is good too, but they're not ranked anymore. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything. We talk about this. I think this could be a vintage year for the Atlantic Coast Conference locally for us here, because I love what Will Wade has done with State. I have now seen them play. I didn't catch last night's game because I was watching hockey as the Canes beat Boston. But they're big, they're talented, they play hard. Will Wade knows what he's doing. And the game they scheduled last night against VCU, which was absolutely losable, he talked about those being the types of games he wants to play more often. They're going to go to VCU. It's not a bye game. They're going to play a game on the Rams' home court. And now they're going out to Maui next week. I love where Will Wade's got this program headed.
Yeah, it brought in some terrific transfers. Darren Williams from Texas Tech is trending toward All-America contention. Yep. I saw a lot of Trey Holloman, obviously, working at the Big Ten Network. We had their games and we had their highlights a ton, and so I know Trey Holloman's game really well. And this is the perfect opportunity for him to spread his wings a little bit. He wasn't going to be the point guard at Michigan State, so he gets here. He gets the chance to get the ball a little bit more here. He's still not the full-time point guard, but he gets the ball a little bit here, and he's blossoming as a shooter. He was always a good shooter at Michigan State, but he's blossoming there. You're seeing when you've got Alan Breed and Van Allen Lubin on your team, and they're getting 13, 15, 18, 20 minutes. You're pretty good.
Yep.
You're deep. Those guys are good players. They've got good track records, and they're just better guys out there for the Pac right now. So it's a really exciting time. Like you said, college basketball. I'm not one of those people who believes that those teams have to be good for college basketball to be thrilling. But when they are good, and especially when they're all good at the same time, it adds a special element to the season, and it's been a while since all three of them had it at the same time.
I just wish the ACC had the foresight to have State play Carolina or Duke twice. We only get one State Carolina game, one State Duke game. It is an epic failure by the league to not recognize that. All right, I have to ask you this because I was asked a question about Gio Reyna yesterday. We have a segment called One-Timers where people just ask random questions, and somebody asked me yesterday, what does Gio Reyna have to do to make Mauricio Pochettino's men's national team roster for the World Cup? My answer was he's going to have to get on the field for his club team. He's barely playing for Mönchengladbach. So, I mean, to me, it's got to start there. He was great against Paraguay. I'm sure he's going to play tonight against Uruguay, but doesn't it have to start with his ability to play for his club team?
Yes and no. I don't think that when you're in a situation like the U.S. is that you can be beholden to what if you see it and they don't? You know what I mean? Like, you think he can ball and Mönchengladbach doesn't think he can. So you're going to listen to them, or you're going to play you're going to go with your evaluation. I think that so I think that he has to he'll get I don't see any reason why he wouldn't get another start tonight, because it's not like you have to protect him so he can go back and play 7 minutes there. So he has to continue to play like that. And I would say, honestly, at this point, I'm not one who in the media wants people to talk less, but I think he would help himself to talk less.
Yeah,
I think the 2 interviews he did both made him look bad. And not horrible, but not good. And so what he needs to do is put his head down and be a good teammate and be a good player for the coach, be someone that is coachable, and play well. I thought that he had the 2 biggest moments in the game Saturday against Paraguay, and I think I think he can play better, though. It's interesting. One of my favorite soccer podcasts I was listening to, and there were things I didn't think that he played great for a lot of that game, but he had the 2 big moments, and when you produce 2 goals, there's no taking it away. But I think there's room for improvement in producing more balls that are goal worthy, either on your own strike or passes that lead to goals or lead to great chances. I think there's more of that out there for him. So he needs to do that, first of all. And then stay healthy is part 2.
Yeah.
And then part 3 is, get on the field. That'd be great. But I don't think that the U.S. is going to not bring him because Mönchengladbach says he's not good enough. I think that's why it was beneficial to him to come in. And maybe for him, it was great that Christian decided, or they decided, or however it was worked out, that rather than risk his further injury, that he stayed in Italy, and it really opened the door for Gio. Not that he's going to surpass Christian Pulisic, but it gives him a chance to get these minutes and find a way to get back in March when they have this next round of friendlies. And at that point, everybody probably is in, and then he has to show he's valuable off the bench, or he's really helpful in training and all of that sort of thing. And then if an opportunity presents itself, he's got to be valuable, because that's the role he carped about 4 years ago is almost certainly the role he's going to fill this time, and that is impact sub.
Yeah,
and so he's got to show in March that he can be an impact sub and not be unhappy about it.
Yeah, we've got so many of our theoretical best players not even involved. No Anthony Robinson, no Tyler Adams, who is just absolutely a mainstay now in central midfield for Bournemouth. Pulisic, Weston McKennie. There's so many guys. I'm looking forward to seeing. I bet Haji Wright gets some run tonight. I'd love to see him as well, because he's scoring tons of goals at Coventry. Michael DeCourcy. It says Michael DeCourcy on the screen. Mike DeCourcy of the Sporting News at TSN Mike. And me, the dope, just went and read it. All right, sir. I appreciate your time. Be well. I will talk to you very soon.
Always a pleasure, Adam.
Love it. I'm looking forward to tonight. I'm going to try to catch some of the match. We've got a lot of things to do, but I will catch some of the match tonight.
Well, no Canes game, so you don't have
no
that
Canes
to
game
interrupt.
tonight. Canes are practicing right now in Minnesota. If I had to guess, I would say would see Frederick Anderson tomorrow night. Although, isn't Brandon Bussey a Minnesota guy?
Oh, I think so.
I guess it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility to see Bussey play tomorrow night. But I think we're probably going to end up seeing a rotation of Anderson and Kochetkov for a bit. And I thought that if Bussey played, it might be against... No, Bussey's a Long Island guy. He's from Long Island, New York. Then we might see Bussey against Buffalo on Sunday, because it's an afternoon game, the 1 o'clock afternoon game. Carolina last night in Boston, tomorrow night in Minnesota, Friday night in Winnipeg, Sunday afternoon in Buffalo before home. They will play 7 consecutive home games. When they are done with this road trip, Sunday in Buffalo, they are off until the day before Thanksgiving. That's the Rangers. Then I don't remember all the teams, but the day after Thanksgiving, also home, and they are home all the way through the first week of December. 7 straight home games. See how Carolina does on that homestand. I don't like long homestands or even long road trips, but I like long homestands less than long road trips.
Yeah, exactly.
You get stale.
Mm-hmm. Bussy was with the Bruins. All the B's.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bussy Boston Bruin.
So we'll see. We'll see what the Hurricanes have tomorrow night. But I like the way they played. I like the way they've played. Really, I didn't love the Washington game. I thought they were flat, but they were awesome against Vancouver. They were great against Edmonton. They just didn't win the game. Got it to overtime, just didn't win the game. And they were dominant last night against Boston. All right, when we come back, we have a bunch of things I want to get to, including, that TST, the soccer tournament, which is just a fun event it's really late spring. It's not quite summer. In June, that comes to Wake Med Soccer Park. They're making it a big announcement tonight. They're actually in town. We'll talk a little bit about that. And just also set the table for you tonight. Duke playing Kansas. Apparently, Darren Peterson is not going to play tonight. That's a bummer for Kansas. Really. Because Kansas is not vintage, but he is. But we'll talk about that as well next.
Still arguing whether hockey or golf has the tougher dress code? The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Hey, it's Adam Gold from my friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Did you know that FanDuel is the #1 sportsbook for same-game parlays where you can bet the point spread and the total, the money line and the total, a player prop and a total, whatever you want to do? That's why FanDuel is so cool. And right now is the perfect time to join if you are a new customer, because new customers can get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. NBA fans, sign up. FanDuel.com/AGS, FanDuel.com/AGS for the NBA.
21 and over and present in North Carolina. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonuses issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
Open enrollment for health insurance is here. But don't worry, North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance has you covered for all your health insurance needs, including Medicare. And with offices in every county, a trusted, experienced agent is just around the corner, ready to help find a plan that's right for you. Visit ncfbins.com or stop by your local office today. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
If you pay your city or town for electricity, you live in a public power community. Public power communities provide electricity to families and businesses from a locally owned and operated system. Public power systems are not-for-profit and provide electricity at affordable rates with unbeaten reliability. Your local public power provider invests in your community, providing local jobs and supporting your local economy. Electricities of North Carolina is the energy behind public power. Learn more at electricities.com.
Scams increase during the Medicare open enrollment period, so stay alert. Never give your Medicare, Social Security, credit card, or bank account numbers to anyone who contacts you unexpectedly and claims to be from Medicare. Your caller ID may show Medicare's name or phone, but caller ID can be spoofed. Just hang up. Visit ncshiip.com or call toll-free at 855-408-1212. SHIP provides free unbiased help in all 100 counties.
Your background may not include agriculture, but 2 years at the Agricultural Institute will prepare you for a career in it. Whether you are a military veteran with an arsenal of skills, kickstarting your second career, or about to graduate high school, the Agricultural Institute at NC State University is the right place for you. Nurture your passion and find your career. Learn more about our program online by searching NC State Ag Institute. 2 years, 1 degree, endless possibilities.
Hello, I'm Steve Troxler, North Carolina Commissioner of Agriculture. Farming's tough,
but you're not alone. That's why the North Carolina Agri-Medicine Institute offers the North Carolina Farm Helpline, a free 24/7 resource for the agriculture community. Long hours, difficult decisions, and unexpected challenges can add up. Whether you need to talk to a counselor who understands farming or help with finances, legal questions, or farm safety, call 844-325-3276. That's 844-325-3276, the North Carolina Farm Helpline, a free 24/7 resource for the agriculture community. 844-325-3276, because no one should face farm life alone.
One Adam Gold. One Adam Gold.
Person in front of me in line had a box of wine.
Oh, yeah. I feel that person. If you are buying boxed wine on a Friday, that thing is open right now.
In the car.
Yeah. I don't even need it to cool down.
She jammed a big straw right through the top of the box in the
went
car.
to the gas station to get a cup of ice. Like, they don't even care.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I am Adam Gold. Victoria producing the program. It's a great night of college basketball. And the cream filling of the Champions Classic, which starts with Michigan State and Kentucky at Madison Square Garden. I think it's Madison Square Garden. And it is nightcapped by Duke and Kansas, although Kansas will be without, I think Darren Peterson is not going to play tonight. In the middle of that, we will have the college football playoff selection show where they give you the fake rankings that gets everybody so mad. And then we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. We'll see how they can screw up the ACC there. So they've been doing this now for 2 weeks. Miami, which realistically has no chance to make the ACC championship game. I mean, there's a chance, but it's a remote one. Georgia Tech hosts Pitt Saturday. If Georgia Tech beats Pitt, they're in the ACC championship game. If Virginia, who also hosts their final game in the league, Virginia Tech. If Virginia beats Virginia Tech, I don't think they're guaranteed to be in the ACC championship game, but it guarantees that Miami won't be. So, Virginia, home to Virginia Tech, yeah, they could be euphoric based on hiring James Franklin, but he ain't going to coach him. And Georgia Tech, those are the two teams essentially in the driver's seat. SMU can still make the ACC championship game with 2 wins. I think that's it. I guess Pitt could too, but it would be at the expense of Georgia Tech. So Miami's not going to be in the ACC championship game. So when they list Miami tonight, they are listing Miami as ACC champions, and they will not be. Do they even know what they're doing? So I still believe that if Miami wins out, they will be an at-large team. I could be wrong. Andrew Zoldan is host of Inside the Tournament, the TST podcast. He also does a TST basketball podcast, or at least he has in the past. And he joins us now on the Adam Gold Show. Andrew, how you doing?
Adam, I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Are you in town with the rest of the crew today?
I am in town. I am sitting at Sports and Social right now, which is the home of our kickoff party tonight, getting ready to rock and roll. So I am here, and it is beautiful here in Cary.
It's great. It's a gorgeous day. Let me ask this: since the tournament doesn't start until this, late spring. What is going to happen at the kickoff, shindig tonight? On top of the fact, I know there's going to be a watch party for USA Uruguay.
Yeah, that's a great question. So we are going to have that watch party. We're giving away about 15 prizes tonight, including TST tickets, gift cards to restaurants, North Carolina Chinese Lantern tickets, Hurricanes tickets, signed jerseys. We got a ton of great stuff to give away. And then we also are going to have a surprise announcement tonight regarding TST 2026 teams, which is super exciting. We know fans will be fired up about it. There will be someone in person tonight to make an announcement, which is really the main reason that we're doing this, is to get fans excited about TST 2026 and beyond.
And I have heard where this person will be when the announcement is made. I do have some inside information that I will keep on the low. Andrew Zoldan is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show at Andrew W. Zoldan, host of Inside the Tournament. You've been here during this, and by the way, can you give us a hint as to what kind of jerseys are we doing? I don't know. Who am I? I'm drawing a blank on all the players who have been here. Are we doing famous people jerseys here?
Well, I'll give you the hint. We're in Cary. We're in North Carolina. There's a certain team here that fans get really, really excited about.
Wrexham.
And I'd say it's a Hall of Fame jersey that we're going to be having signed and given away tonight. It's going to be a good one. So that's my hint. And diehard TST fans can put the pieces together there.
Look, everybody's going to be excited because I know this team is coming back again. Do we know if Wrexham is coming back?
Yeah, so we have not announced any teams yet. They've been a huge part of both our success and, what makes TST. But, I got to plead the fifth here and say stay tuned for all TST 2026 announcements. However, if you think this little segment goes well, I'd love to do a little TST Tuesdays with you to maybe break some of those announcements in the future.
We can absolutely do that. It's funny because I thought the event was really cool right away. It's way better than I ever thought it would be. And it's just been an absolute trip to be out there as much as I've been. But I remember the first year, it was like the Beatles coming to Wake Med Soccer Park when Wrexham showed up. I mean, legit, they were rock stars, all of them.
Yeah, it was crazy. The response that we saw when we made the initial TST announcement was, fans in Cary, to your point, saying, wow, this will be cool. This is coming to Cary. Wonder what to expect. And then when we announced Wrexham, things went crazy. When we announced, Dortmund that first year and West Ham, there's just groups of people and groups of teams that people really rally around. But to your point, that Wrexham team, I've never seen people rally around a relatively unknown team, 10 years ago.
Right.
By the time we announced them in TST, obviously they were a global sensation, but that's a incredible story in its own, the Wrexham climb. And, I know they're hanging around right now in their league, but, they're going to make the Premier League one day. It might not be today. It might not be tomorrow, but they'll be in there. Yeah,
look, it's just not to get soccer nerdy on people, but it's hard to go from the championship to the Premier League. It's going to take – it might take a couple of years, but they've got to gradually build up the infrastructure. Looks to me like they're going to stay up in the championship. That's a heck of an accomplishment considering where they were 3 years ago. Andrew Zoldan is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show. All right, what else do we need to know about Sports and Social tonight? When does it start? When do the giveaways begin? All of that.
Yeah, so we're really kicking things off at 6:15. That's when we're going to be giving away a ton of free gear. First 50 fans here are going to get some really awesome gifts to take home with them. But then right at 7 o'clock, we're going to start that USA men's soccer match. At halftime is going to be the first set of big giveaways and perhaps that special announcement we've been talking about. And then after the match, we're going to have another set of giveaways. And the list keeps growing. Everyone wants to be a part of this. Everyone, hey, I want to give away this. I want to give away that. We've actually had to turn down giveaway items because of how long it would take to get rid of everything after the game. But, yeah, if you're coming tonight, you're leaving with something. It might not be a raffle item, but it'll be something.
Memories. It'll be at the very least, it will be a memory of seeing somebody make an announcement that you'll remember for the rest of your life. Andrew Zoldan, the podcast is called Inside the Tournament. Who have you had on? Have you had you have Sergio Aguero on?
Yeah, so we've had Aguero on the podcast, which was it was fun because we had a translator, but then after the interview, he said in English, like, "Thanks, guys, this was great." And then Hope Solo's been on, a bunch of the players from U.S. Women, Carly Lloyd, Heather, Allie, they've all been on. But then what I really like to do, too, is, interview some of the TST stars and some of the TST unknowns.
Yeah.
They're unknown before TST, but they're certainly not when you leave. So it's definitely a great place to check out videos and interviews and learn a lot more about TST. But then on the basketball side too, we've got our basketball tournament. We've had some big guests jump on there as well. Shaquille O'Neal, Willie Cauley-Stein, if you're a fan of Kentucky basketball. So yeah, the podcast is great, and we're really going to pick things up again, after the holidays when we turn the tables and really get looking at TST and TBT 2026.
You can get Chris Paul on both.
He's been on both.
Right. So, I've talked to Chris Paul about the soccer tournament. I know he's into it. If he ever stops playing, he might actually join a team like Chad Ochocinco has, like Pat McAfee, who is actually a halfway decent footballer. Andrew Zoldan. At Andrew W. No, I'm sorry, Andrew Zoldan. There's no Andrew W. It's just Andrew Zoldan. My fault for adding another W in there. People are now confused by everything. Thank you so much, man. We'll be in touch. I appreciate it. If I'm gonna try to stop by tonight. I can't promise it, but if I do, I'll say hi. I appreciate your time.
No, thank you. Hope to see you, and I want you to be one of the next guests on Inside the Tournament. So we got to make that happen, Adam.
Well, sure. I would be honored to follow Shaq on any podcast. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Take care. Andrew Zoldan here on the Adam Gold Show. Yeah, it should be cool. I'm actually interested in the soccer match, so maybe a place to watch the soccer match. All right, I have two paper footballs. I'm gonna kick.
I know you were working on that second one during the
and
Wall
they're both
of Sound.
logoed. They're both logoed. We have that's the camera right there. Let's see how I do here.
Sit.
That was pretty good.
Well, just like you couldn't see the football, you won't see if it went through or not.
I drilled it.
Just like the Panther game.
It's not easy. It's not easy to. Oh, right over the camera.
See, refs will never acknowledge
right
it, though.
Over the camera.
Still waiting on that one.
I'm going to ask you a yes or no question. I'm going to talk about this tomorrow.
Okay.
Are you a believer in Bryce Young?
No.
Okay.
Long term? No.
All right. The tape from Sunday's pretty good.
It is.
But
delivering more hits than the Canes forecheck.
Shoots, he scores!
The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Adam Gold here from my friends at FanDuel, America's #1